comfort. Welcome to Divine Apparel, your ultimate destination for trendy fashion that speaks to your soul. Whether you're looking for the perfect t-shirt to express your personality, a stylish snapback to complete your look, or a cozy hoodie for those chill days, we've got you covered. At Divine Apparel, we believe that every piece should empower you. Divine Apparel, where your style is a reflection of who you are.
Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Put a 7 in the air if you can hear me. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. I'm still getting things in order. Put a 7 in the air if you can hear me. Hold up, man. I guess I gotta. I see the 7s, man. Let me throw me a little bit of music on, get myself in the mood. You know what I mean? Get myself in the mood. Oh, we about to cook tonight. Yeah, buddy. Let me get myself in the mood. Let's see what I got here. Yes, indeed. I hope y'all feeling good tonight. Let me get myself in the mood. See what I got here. I got Radar Van in the building, family. Oh my God, am I too loud? Is my mic overbleeding? I got a legend in the building tonight, family.
Check 1 2.
Here we go. Buckle up.
Check.
Buckle up!
Yo, this the real deal. Let's go. Yes, sir. This the real deal.
Let's go. Yeah.
I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me because I'm exposing the frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. They thought they catch me in Cali. Knock me out with some charges. If I was 25, I probably would have stuffed them up regardless. On the run from the feds because that boy is a fed. And then was back in the day. I put a price on his head. You wanna swing on the guard? You little swindling fraud. With the feds on the block, the roof, and in the car. Nah, I'm a little smarter. I live to fight tomorrow. I refuse to let you leave me to slaughter, you little punk. I got children to raise. I got people to uplift. Your intention is to enslave my people in grift. And at the same time,
what up, fam? Let's go. Buckle up.
Your name gave you a new identity, location, and fame. But we know who you are. You can't hide no more market. It's coming to light what you done did in the darkness. Been an agent for years. Yeah, back in 91, you infiltrated the rap game. It's Cosmo Flex. Your job is done. Let's go. The feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me because I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me because I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. The feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me because I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is watching, informing, plotting to get me because I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I said the feds is frauds.
Black Girls Read! Grip down! What up, Grip? Grip Jesus in the building!
I'm exposing these frauds. They say I'm trolling like 50. I got the heart of Muhammad and the wisdom of Ali. I never say why me, instead I say why you. Didn't heed the warning. You know how I do. Destroy them devils, cause the devil's a punk. I'm the manifest God, star crescent and unk. And use a Twitter revolutionary way to get hacked. I say say I got smacked, sitting in front of your compact. I'm boots on the ground, 10 toes down out west. I could've called up my people and pulled up to your rest. In your gated community, it's your federal prison. Don't think that we don't know how you really living. We got you.
Yeah.
Sit the feds watching and phone plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. I said the feds watching and phone plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. I said they plotting to get me. Come on.
Welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. I am your host, Brother Tahaka Bay. How y'all doing? Liz, let me tell you, everybody, listen. Thank you, Liz. Liz said, GS, you should really drop a compilation of his music. GS should really drop I do it for fun. But our brother that's on the show tonight is a producer. He sent me some beats, and I'm going to throw something to it. But listen, family, tonight is going to be a beautiful night. We got a legend in the building. This is like, let me say this. Thank you so much for the super chat. Family, the other night I was so pumped up when I was talking to with my brother Doggy Diamonds, and people were sending super chats, and I wasn't reading them. I was in the moment. I apologize. You know what I mean? Because you know and I know I don't do this for the bread. You know what I'm saying? The bread does help. Don't get it twisted. I'm up against a lot of things now, and the bread does help, but I don't do this for the bread. I do this for the head. Pause. Seriously, I want to open your mind up. I want to let you see the other side of life. Listen, before I bring my brother in, right? What really amazes me, Lord Jamar is my brother. I got love for Lord Jamar. Much love for Lord Jamar. But there is never a time when I had love for my brother that came out the same womb that I didn't check him. There was never a time that I had so much love for my sister that came out the same womb that I didn't check her. And vice versa, because that's what real does. Let me say that I've invited Lord Jamar to come on the show quite a few times. And then everybody know I rocks with Lord Jamar. In fact, one time I even called him while I was live and he picked up the phone. I'm going to try that again tonight. Because I think Lord Jamar does have some
Check
sort of...
1, 2.
I think Lord Jamar does have some sort of responsibility to answer the hard questions. You feel me? And I don't think many people out there is giving the hard questions. And I plan to give the hard questions. 100. Tonight, we're going to address some of these hard questions. But I'm so glad that I brought a brother in here from the nations of the gods and earths. I'm so glad that it's right on time to have a conversation with him as it relates to the particulars of FBA, the particulars of the nation of gods and earths, and the particulars of where we need to go as a people. The particulars of hip hop, the particulars of Fat Joe. Like, we're gonna cover a whole bunch of ground tonight. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna cover a whole bunch of ground tonight. But I want to say this, family. Until we have some backbone to address each other on the foolishness and the nonsense, we are going to continue to be infiltrated and never be able to move forward. If something you know what they say around the way when the old ladies come out, if you see something, say something. That don't mean call the police. That means let somebody know that there's a weirdo in the neighborhood. We need to get to the point where we let each other know that there's a weirdo in the neighborhood, or one that was thorough turned weird. It doesn't, listen. People change their opinions all the time. But when we see somebody changing so drastically, we still want to hold them to the old person that we knew them to be. Nah. The little tree that comes out of the ground look like a piece of grass. But as it grows, it looks different and different and different. And at every step of the ladder, every step of the way, it get rings. And every bit notch and every ring represents something that tree then went through. Now, along the way, that tree could get poisoned. And that hole may make what they call a tree trunk in it. But all of these situations can alter the growth and development of somebody, and the person that you thought they were is not the person that you see anymore. And we need to be cognizant of that. And this is why we suffer a lot as a people. But tonight we're going to cover a lot of bases, family. I hope my brother got some time on his hands, because first I want to run down who he is. Because most people, when they say I like hip hop, you know what I mean? Hip hop is so expansive. You know what I mean? It's when people say I like hip hop, there's so many elements of participators, if I will. There's so many participators in hip hop that you could not in a lifetime could name them all. However, when we look at one that was there in the development of the golden age of hip hop that you may not heard of, and we can get an unbiased opinion, that's when it's all good. And that's what we're going to do tonight, family. But we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing, family. We can't do nothing until we bring in the horn. We got to bring in the horn. Come on. B1 Prince, come on.
I be that more you gon' remember.
Yeah.
I'ma be that more you gon' remember.
That's right.
I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me.
I used to be in the club back then.
Over Drew Ali. We are the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you need to be tripping off that. But here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talking European, how to pay. And looking at women buying European hair. They love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed and syrup. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Nah, cyber. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number.
It's gonna be a
I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. All you super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you worse than a twerker. You look and sound good, but it's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every moat that rock a fed. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet. It was all for show. And somebody right now, don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my vast estate. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my school, my nation. Sick and tired of procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you kill and fight and marry out of your race. If you ain't for war's world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the war's world, come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. It's time to get it. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. Oh yeah.
Good day, you ready?
I be that more you gon' remember.
Sound
To
like you
Harker
ready?
Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. Be more. I be that more you gon' remember. That time. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember.
Here we go.
I I be that more you gon' remember. New York. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line to the law. Call my number.
We in the building, family. Family, we in the building. We got the brother Radar Band in the building. And if you don't know, we're going to get you into the know real quick. Fam, this is going to be a fast-paced show tonight. Now, listen, brother, I peeped you on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Instagram.
Hey, pardon me, Lord. I'm just trying to get...
Brother Duke, take your time. Do what you do. You the man. Do what you do.
Right, that's all. Just trying to get my joint.
Do what you do.
Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
So I ran across you on Instagram, and it was during the election season, and you were saying something in reference to Lord Jamar and his perspective on Donald Trump or whatever, and how greasy he was talking to or about Kamala. And the thing is with me, I don't mind disagreeing, and we should always disagree, because the moment that we all think alike, then we all turn into robots.
Correct.
But the level of disdain and disrespect in the bees and all of that, you know what I mean, that was being called, I thought that was a bit over the top, you know what I'm saying? I just thought that was a bit over the top, you know what I'm saying? And you responded to it. But before we get to that, and that's why I wanted to bring you on the show, because I wanted to know how invested you were in this. And then I found out you were a brother that subscribed to the Nation of the Gods and the Herbs. So I say, okay, now you invested in our people. Now, here we go. And then we get to talking. I'm like, yeah, we got to do this. We got to do this. And it's been a long delay, but we here now. But brother, can you give our people here, before we turn all the way up, a brief history about yourself, who you are, for those who don't know Radar Van? Who is Radar Van, brother?
Okay. Well, first off, I like to let me just get my joint together. Okay. First off, I just want to say peace to the gods out there, and I just want to drop today's degrees, which is wisdom build, or being born in knowledge cipher. So first off, when you're breaking down knowledge is the know, look, listen, learn, observe. Knowledge is the body. Knowledge is the black man. I'm only going to cut half of that right there. Now, when I say wisdom is the manifestation of knowledge. Also, wisdom is wise words spoken. Wisdom is the woman. So when you get down to God, which that's who I be, I'm known as the GOD. You're God to Harker Bay. You know what I mean? We are the original men. Allah's God. Always been, always will. And then when you're dealing in a cipher, that's 120 knowledge, 120 wisdom, 120 understanding. That's 360 degrees. That means I know everything. That's who I be as the GOD. Yes, peace. Now, to answer your question, I go by the name Radar Van. So for y'all out there, it's RAADDRR, Radar Van. Okay? I got plenty of aliases, as you see up there on my name. The Red Jacket Killer, I'm in my lab. I lace beats and everything. But I started out being on wax back in 1994. I was on a record label locally. Now, let me say this. I'm originally officially from Detroit, where Malcolm X come from. Originally from the D, then from Detroit, I moved to East New York, Brooklyn. So as a young man in Detroit coming up to 10 years old, then my father moved me out to New York City. As I grew up, I always been into hip hop music. It wasn't that big as a youngin' being out in Michigan, but when I went out to New York City, that's when I started to grow up and develop. But to your point and to what I was saying, being back and forth from Michigan to New York City, back to the D. When I went back out to Detroit during the 90s, I met up, if you know Kim, like I said to you the other day, when I came up on your joint. If you know the artist Kim, K-E-M, I was label mates with him on Undercurrent Records. But Undercurrent Records was an independent label. This is like 93, 94, and the record label didn't quite know what to do with me because I was the only MC on Undercurrent Records. But you had UNV, if you remember them, Madonna picked them up.
Yeah.
So if you listen to Wu-Tang Clan, the first album, 36 Chambers, you hear RZA saying, shouting out ninjas from Detroit, Jason Staten. I knew Jason Staten out in Detroit. Me and him was working and doing some things together, but Jason, he got mad at me because I signed my life away. And mind you, I was wisdom knowledge at that time, 21. Okay, right now I'm power knowledge. So that's mega mad years ago. So
What you sound a junk contract basically?
Well, here's the deal. Yeah, I didn't. You know, when you're young, you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So,
Right.
But here's the thing. Getting out of that contract, leaving Detroit and going back to New York, that's when I hooked up with the Wisdom Universal. That's when I hooked up with Wu. Me and Killer Priest, we got a joint called the Maccabees. Timbo King from Royal Fam. The Beehive mixtape. Check that. Killer Army. PR Terrorist. Terrorist Him. I'm on that album. Me and Prodigal Son. Buddha Monk. Brooklyn Zoo. Papa Wu. Rest in peace to Freedom of Law. You can check the 10th Chamber. Vision of the 10th Chamber. So basically, Radar Van as Lord Manifest. That's my first EP as Lord Manifest. And also, I do the Lord Manifest on YouTube as my podcast. But from Lord Manifest, I have all types of names. Ladot Knife, living in Detroit, only temporary, New York forever. Mad names. Anybody?
Bro, I can confirm that because as I was doing my journalistic research, I seen Rakim Allah gave you mad props like peace to the God Tashim Allah.
Yeah. No, true indeed.
Yeah,
and as a matter of fact, the Fox Theater out there in Detroit, where you seen the Temptations in the movie, Detroit, they was honoring last year of all the Detroit MCs, and I was shocked that they mentioned me. So I flew from New York. This is last year. I flew from New York to Detroit, went to the Fox Theater, and they nominated me. I ain't win anything, but it's just a nomination of all Detroit MCs.
Did they nominate Tariq Nasheed?
You know what? That's yo. Thank you for bringing that up. Now again, to answer your question, and I'm jumping back. So from 10 years old when I left Detroit, going back to New York, I didn't really go back to Detroit till 1988. So okay. 88, I was a teenager, and I ended up going to Mackenzie High School and Persian High School out in Michigan. So 88, nobody really knew me because I was just jumping on the scene. But when I really got myself known in Detroit, like 89, 90, man, I've been all over Detroit and Tahaka Bay. There's no such thing as somebody named what was his name? Cosmo? No such thing. Never heard of him. Names nowhere. I never seen him nowhere out in the D, ever.
And not on the D-rap scene?
Never ever seen him. Cosmo is what he called himself?
Cosmo Flex.
No such thing. I used to be at the hip-hop shop, Maurice Malone. That was my man right there, the clothing designer who had I don't know if you're familiar, Tahaka Bay, with Maurice Malone. He was a clothing designer. He had the blue jeans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. That was my man. I used to run with him all over Detroit, Michigan, in the hip-hop shop that was on 7 Mile. I used to be up in the hip-hop shop all the time. Now, this is like 93, 92, 93. 94 is when like I said, I broke out and I moved back to New York. But 93, 94, the hip-hop shop, everybody was up in there except somebody named Cosmo Flex or whatever. There's nobody know who that guy is. He's not known out there ever.
Right. So now that you gave us the rundown about who you are, because I know you qualified to speak on the topic, most definitely, and I'm glad that you was able to break that down, bro. What is the what made you respond to, or as they call it in social media world, react to some of the things that Lord Jamar, because that's what I seen you respond to first. What was the comment that made you respond to Lord Jamar?
You know, I'm going to keep it so clean on your show,
But I want you to keep it funky as you can.
No doubt.
Without getting the video taken down.
I'm not going to wild out like I did on the Lord Manifesto on my show. So another thing, I will admit, because in the 120 lessons, it says the God must acknowledge what comes out of his mouth. Each one must teach one that we're not supposed to be disrespectful towards each other like that. And I did some things on my podcast. I went, wow. But to your point, Mr. Lorenzo DeCellis, by the way, I said this on my podcast. If you're going to say Kamala Harris is white, hey, yo, Lorenzo, your grandmother is white. I just looked up your grandmother, DeCellis, the Wikipedia. So you cannot say Kamala Harris is white when you got some white Frenchmen. DeCellis, you're French. But anyway, I had to respond to Lorenzo because after I saw my song put him in check, after calling her the B word, and I saw my song put him in check, I said, I'm next to get at Lord Jamar. And he left me a message. I'm going to send it to you. I hit him on Instagram. He was in his story saying some wild stuff. And I said, stop, God, stop. And he was like, yo, F her. Hey, yo, if you were a baby killer, you not with us. And then he blocked me. And then that's when I went ham and I started wilding out on him. Like, come on. Crazy Legs challenge you to a fight. You ignore him. You don't even want to fight. So with that being said, to Akabe, I just wasn't having it because his post-election on his podcast, you listen to him, he's taking credit for Kamala losing the election. He's taking full credit, and anybody else that's like him taking full credit. And I thought that was like now cipher. And definitely in the 120 lessons, it says the white man is the color man, the grafted wicked devil, the skunk of the planet Earth. And then you go ahead and you vote for the skunk of the planet Earth.
And let me chime in with that. Now, when I hear over the years, like for real, people don't even know. Lord Jamar got a serious solo album that's crazy.
I know what you're talking about.
And he's just dropping crazy gems,
the
crazy gems.
Album.
Yeah, that joint is so hard.
It is.
And just to see what's happening now got me like, man, what has happened? And I want to bring him on to ask him, what took place? What happened? What really happened? Because in reality, he is not FBA. In reality, give me, he's not FBA. And so it makes me want, Nas is creating some type of pension or retirement fund for rappers. And I believe that a lot of times when the sun set on some of our rappers, they will take checks from certain places where they normally wouldn't have to in their heyday. You know what I mean? So we do need a retirement plan for our entertainers, and in particular, our hip hop artists. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, who knows what type of change is being shared to get you to push an agenda? Because he's not FBA.
See, here's the deal. Pardon me, Talker Bay. Here's the deal. When you look in the 120 lessons, when you look at mathematics, black people, we are the black man is the foundation. But in the lessons, Clarence Put didn't say that. Yo, what foundational Black Americans. No, it's mind, body, and soul. And you're not asking me this. I don't mean to be so long.
No, you good. You can come, bro. We just chopping it up. Let's go.
The lessons is about it's look, anybody that wants to be a 5%er, it's open to the ones who want the knowledge and want to be about something in their life. So Clarence was getting with the young black men, and he didn't mention anything to Huckabee. As I look at you, in the lessons, there's nothing that says foundational Black American.
Well. In fact, with my little basic knowledge of the lessons, it says the Asiatic black man of Asia. You know what I mean? Oh, the Asiatic black man.
That's right.
And that's intercontinental. That is not stopping at the Civil War with foundational Black Americans.
We all definitely found.
I get the concept
the black man lays the foundation, but the say FBA. Look. If you look at Stokely Carmichael and H. Rap Brown, if you look at any of them speeches, them brothers don't, or Malcolm, them brothers don't even mention anything about no FBA.
No, nobody. The thing is that, you know, FBA wasn't a thing back then, but I think what need to be known is that all of our true freedom fighters never stopped at the Civil War. They never stopped at America. That they looked at the imperialism that attacked us from around the world, around the globe, and they addressed it from that standpoint, but starting with a foundation here in America to address our concerns first. But when you look at the Asiatic black man, quote unquote, as it said in the lessons, you surpass 1700s in America. You surpass that. So I don't understand how one could actually underscore this new thing of foundational Black American with the powerful lessons of the Nation of the Gods and Earths. I really can't wrap my mind around that.
You know what? Pardon me, Chaka Bay. I remember when Lorenzo first interviewed this guy Marcus Sanders Nasheed, and one of the things that I saw towards the ending of the so-called Godcast, the Porkcast is what I call it. He was saying to Duke, "Yo, you doing this FBA and this and that? That's what separates Black people." And if you remember watching that, Lorenzo wasn't quite with that FBA, and now all of a sudden, you FBA. So I'm gonna say this, and I said this when you first brought me up the other day. I said, Lorenzo, and this is to any guards that want to come in here, and we can go at it. I don't see you as my A alike or B alike or C alike, because if you voting for Yakub, we're not alike. And
that blew me away too.
Everything what Yakub is about, we're not gonna be alike, and we don't see alike for what that graphic devil is bringing. So you wanna be an FBA as a 5%er? Come up to a law school with that. That's why I haven't been up to a law school, because I'm gonna say this to you, Takabe. Lorenzo is the prime example of a phony 5%er. And what I mean by that,
what you say? Hold up, bro. That's a new one. A phony 5%er.
Let me tell you something, Lord. It's like what Zizza said. You know what I mean? It's like what the guard said. 5%ers can quote degrees all day, but can't feed their own seeds. The lessons is for you to live it out. Most of the guards, they don't live out those lessons. They don't live out.
Bro, you be talking real spicy, bro.
I'm chilling. I'm keeping it 100 when you brought me on. So
look, check this out. I want to go over this video real quick because like I said, the reason that we're going to do many shows together, the reason I brought you on here is because I'm trying to understand, and you already broke that down already. I'm trying to understand how my brother can flip so drastically, even to voting for Trump. That blew me away. And I'm not saying vote for Kamala. I'm not even saying support Kamala. But Trump, after the lessons tell you what and who Trump is, that's what blew me. And again, I'm not saying vote for Kamala. I'm not saying even support Kamala. But
I tell you, I voted.
After the lesson,
I voted for. I voted.
I feel you.
I voted for Kamala.
The point I'm saying is, I don't want to give people no wiggle room. Say, so you want me? But no, I'm saying, help me understand how in the world do you go from saying that the skunk of the planet Earth is now worthy for you not only to support, but even endorse verbally. It blew me away. Now, listen, if you just a regular person, then you say I'm voting for Trump, then okay, I get it. No problem. But when you say that you are part of a group, classic group, legendary group, brand Nubian, Nubia is in the Nile Valley. Nubia is in the Nile Valley. So to denounce that for FBA, because that's what it feel like to me. Because when you say you FBA, you're saying that, okay, we acknowledge these things exist, but they are irrelevant and nor are they significant in what we're up against. But brand Nubian, that's what messed me up about my brother.
Pardon me, Tahaka. I saw you play some earlier from Dottie X, and I saw the guard make his statement.
I'm about to let it rock.
He's writing his act.
Let's let it. And let me tell you, and I say it after this. This is my man. I'm gonna let it rock. I love this. Shout out to Sadat.
Yo, the funniest shit happened to me. Like, somebody called me a tether. A dude, he said, "You're a tether." And I was thinking about it in my mind. I'm like, tether, feather, pink soft leather. You bitch ass nigga. Imagine if your pops is alive and looking down at you. Like, tether. Like, oh, that's what I taught to you, bitch boy. Shit is funny to me, though. You know, I just been playing with niggas. I play with them till I get tired, and then I move on to some other shit. You know, just as long as we keep it on the keys and nobody touch my physical frame or step in the square, we can do it all day. This is when you decide to go the other way. You understand? Like I said before, half the niggas saying shit, if you seen a nigga in the street, you wouldn't say nothing to him. You wouldn't say a goddamn word to him. And that's the bitch boy shit. That's what this generation and these keys have done. It made you feel you could say all type of shit without repercussion, but when you see a nigga, you don't say that then. Because if you did, half of y'all niggas be getting beat the fuck up. You understand? I'm gonna tell her, so what? Like, what happens now that I'm gonna tell her? Like, what it bring? Like, do I lose, like, points at my job? Do I not do shows? I can't travel? What comes of me being a tether? Fuck out of here.
And I think that's very significant. Like, when you calling somebody a tether, like, how childish is that? How childish and goofy is that? And I think he really took the wind out the sails when he so eloquently show how idiotic and childish it is running around. Like, so what? Okay, tether, now what? What? Like, it's so goofy. It's unbelievable to me. Unbelievable to me. And let me tell you something about Sadat. I met Sadat, and he really about that. And his energy is don't step in the square. He ain't got much to say. And you already know what it is. Yeah, when he came to Baltimore, I interviewed him, Pooba, and Lord Jamar. And yeah, that's his energy. Real talk. So all that thing he on some keys and keyboard, nah, That's his energy. He's all about peace, but you already know that if it crossed the line, it's gonna be something.
And you know what, Takabe? I was watching you the other night with your guest talking about Fat Joe. Put it this way. Y'all should have checked Fat Joe Understanding Cypher years ago. Y'all should have checked him 30 years ago. You think digging in the crates, rest in peace to Big L, you think they're going to tell Fat Joe, oh, stop saying nigga. Stop saying it. Joe said it. Ain't nobody going to step to Fat Joe right now.
Hey, let's keep it a bro. Let's keep it a whole buck. Anybody that's from the trenches know good and well that Joe can handle his own. Anybody know that? You know what I'm saying? Now, whether somebody say Joe changed over the years, I'm not here to argue that. But I've been following the hip hop underground scene for a long time, and there is not one hole in the wall that did not respect Joe Gangster back in the day, and we got to be real about that.
Word, like Duke said when he was talking. I don't know if you missed that. He's like, yo, we got to guard you now. He didn't say that. He said we got the guns in the car, leave them in the car. So who's gonna step to him and say, yo, you got to stop saying this? And I agree with you, Takabe. He's talking to the dumb, deaf, and blind, the foundational black authority. He's not talking to me and you.
No, he's talking to them people right on Twitter. It's a group of people on Twitter that runs around doing that. But now let me share this with you. I want to share this with you also, bro, because I see somebody in the what's the name saying that and let me say this. I'm not caping or capping for no Fat Joe. Fat Joe can handle his own business. I'm saying that me being a student and a fan of hip-hop, Fat Joe have been in some of the dirtiest hole-in-the-wall hip-hop places throughout his career, saying the N-word all throughout his career, and now all of a sudden, somebody want to act like he's out of order. Well, guess what? You could have said that when he was in the trenches. You know what I mean? Now, guess what? Guess what? You can still say what you want to say, but the track record speaks for itself. He's been saying it. Why now? Why now? Because it's sensational. It's sensationalism for the sake of this social media YouTube age. The more views, the more bread come in. That's all it is. That's all it is. Like somebody say he's been out of order. Why haven't you been checked him? Why is it when Tariq Nasheed bring a highlight this down, everybody's on? This is what makes us robots as a people. You know what I mean? This is what makes us robot as a people. Soon as one person says something, everybody jumps on it. But let me tell you something. Most of the time, you would listen to the music, you heard it many a times, and you just let it fly right over your head and kept it pushing.
Exactly.
And kept it pushing. So now all of a sudden, that's why I just, it don't make me no difference. Listen, it's some Mexicans right now in California that's spitting bars and using the N-word every other sentence. You're not seeking them out. You're not seeking them out. Go seek them out. Go seek them out. They everywhere. They everywhere. Go seek them out. Why do people seek out Fat Joe? Because it's low-hanging fruit and it's good for views. But if you really that concerned, you can go through. Man, they everywhere. They're everywhere. You got Mexican rappers. You got Puerto Rican rappers. They saying it every day. But you ain't going to do that. Ain't no views in that. Ain't no clout in that. So, again, I'm not saying that I'm supporting anything that Joe do because I'm into a whole different type of genre of hip-hop. But I'm just saying we just got to be real. We just got to be real.
And yo, I just want to say for the record, Takabe, before you play the next clip, is that I'm rocking with 1995 Fat Joe. All that new stuff.
Right.
No, I'm from that era. The boom bap the real hip hop of Fat Joe. Now, I will say this to black people. Okay, Fat Joe, he can calm down with the N-word, a little something, but hey, who's going to tell him to stop saying it? Nobody going to step to him. And like he said, it's only on Twitter is where they run in their mouth, because in the street, like Dottie X said, nobody going to step to no one.
That's right. And most people in the hip-hop game know Joe and respect Joe. It's these people that's not in the circles that talk like that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I don't want to make this about me defending Joe, because I'm not. I could care less. I ain't get no check from none of them. You know what I'm saying? But check this out, bro. Let's get it.
Mm-hmm. The Mormons bought up all the slave records and they're housing the shit. If you really want to go and find out a lot of this shit, you got to go to Utah. You'll hit a road, you'll hit a brick wall at some point if you don't physically go to motherfucking Utah. So my thing is, how do these people even know that they're these I feel like a lot of people are assuming that they're foundational Americans, just because, man, I mean, I grew up in the hood. Like, I grew up as a foundational American. I didn't know nothing about Guyana. Wasn't nobody talking with accents in my family.
And this what makes it so opportunistic for my brother Lord Jamar, because he knows he's not foundational, quote unquote, black American yet. He's on the front line for it. And I'm like, bro, what is this?
You see what I'm saying? But I found out that my great-great-grandfather, who was born in like 1880 something or whatever, came through Ellis Island. But then once he was here, think about the time he was here, like what part of building America too. You see what I'm saying? Because when he got here, Jim Crow and all of that type of shit was in effect. He had to go through that. Our family had to go through that, through the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. So you telling me I can't be down with the foundational American shit because my great-great-grandfather...
Well, if we're talking about ultimately, now, let's break it down. Now, if we're talking about ultimately, part of the foundational Black American culture is getting a reparations claim, okay? That's very important. That's an important element. That's not the only thing, but that's an important element.
Right.
We can trace that my
family suffered from redlining and all that type of shit, because I know how you feel about like Jamaicans that come here right now, this generation, and
family, just listen to this. Be patient and listen to this. It's like Lord Jamar is like trying to crawl his way into the FBA concept. He's like knocking on the door, like, let me in. I want to be in the FBA. Please let me in. And FBA is nothing but a thing on Twitter. It's a hashtag. That's it.
They're able to get loans. My family didn't go through that. My family didn't get all that when they came here. We lived as regular black people. So let's talk about that.
That would not, if they came over and they immigrated, because your family came from immigrants. They immigrated over here, and you can trace
Ellis Island.
Right.
I know the boat.
That's very different.
He actually know the boat that his people came to America in, and he's on the front line for an illusion of a lineage that's not an organization,
right,
and even not a real concept. It's a made-up social construct that is pretty much social engineered just for a distraction. When you really get to the nitty-gritty, it's just a social engineering project for distraction. Somebody say call Lord Jamar. You sound like an opportunist. I am an opportunist. I'm taking this opportunity to wake you up. But I'll call him again. Hold up. Let me call him. Let me see if I can get him on the line. He might be watching right now. Let me see if I can get him on the line. That's my brother. But I don't got no. See, the difference between me, who said that? Who said that? Wayno. You seem like an opportunist. If you must be new to the show. Anybody that know me know good and well that I have no problem with calling or bringing somebody on the show that I disagree with. That ain't me. Let me see if I can get him on the line. Anything you want, add, Radar Van? Let's see if we can get Lord Jamar on the line.
You all ready?
Look. See if I can get him on the line. Somebody say, I don't think.
Peace. Leave a detailed message and I'll get back as soon as possible. Peace.
Send him a text.
Peace, bro. This brother Tahaka Bay, brother Morse World TV. You know who I am. I ain't got to introduce myself. Bro, I need you to come on the show. Come answer the hard questions. People here are asking, why don't I bring you on the show? This is the
I'm
third
a Red
time.
Jacket Killer on the show.
Red Jacket Killer on the show, bro. Hit me up. I'm about to text you right now. Peace. Listen to me. Family, anybody that know me, know without a doubt that I will call people and face people head up. That ain't how I get down. And my thing is, I feel like brothers should be able to do that. This is like, we ain't on no gangster killer stuff in the streets and people acting tough because they on a keyboard. We should be able to talk. We should be able to talk. But I'm telling you, I'm to the point where it's though I'm saying to myself, why is it that it's so? It seemed a little bit like desperation. Like, why can't I be down? I never seen my brother Lord Jamar like that.
Did Fred Hampton, pardon me, Tahaka Bay.
But I never seen Lord Jamar like that, bro. I don't see him in the light that, why can't I be down? That's my bro. I want to be wrong. Please let me be wrong.
Anybody out there in the comments, disagree with me, agree with me. Go again. Go to H. Rap Brown's speeches, Malcolm, Fred Hampton, all right, Stokely Carmichael. Any of them speeches, tell me where they was mentioning foundational Black Americans.
Well, you know, it wasn't a thing back, but the thing is, to be serious, to be honest, that it wasn't a thing then. It was only created in 2018.
Yeah, but you know Stokely Carmichael. What was Stokely Carmichael's slogan, Tahaka Bay?
He was a Pan-Africanist, bro. So he definitely wouldn't mention we stopping here in America. There's many other leaders are never going to mention stopping in America, and even when it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Even when things got thick, Stokely was able to take up refuge in Africa. You see what I'm saying? So the whole point of having intercontinental relationships benefit us. You know what I'm saying? It benefits us. It doesn't make sense to break relationships internationally. That just doesn't make sense at all. Now, we can still work on reparations for us and only us. But to talk crazy about someone who's going through similar situations on the other side of the planet don't make sense. That don't make sense. Somebody say it's all about delineating. I think, see, these little
delineating what?
Yeah, these little terms that they make up, it sounds really good. But if they would hit the link and come on here and say, okay, explain that. Explain that.
Yeah, bring them up.
Yeah. Explain delineating and how does it benefit you, and show me in the world who done it and how it works. Just paint us a picture. They couldn't paint you a picture. They're only parakeeting that which they heard. The thing is this. I think that we in America, if there is such a thing of us receiving reparations for the things that our forefathers and foremothers have suffered in this country, yes, it should be exclusively ours, because our forefathers and foremothers trace back to that plantation. That's where it starts. That's where it ends. That doesn't mean that I have to call somebody a tether. That doesn't mean that I have to call somebody all of these filthy, dirty, disgusting names. That doesn't mean that. That means that you work towards reparations. You do what you can. But these people that claim that they're about reparations, they haven't even created a council. FBA said there's no leader. They haven't created a council. They haven't wrote one law. They haven't wrote one petition. They haven't wrote one nothing.
Tahaka Bay, peep it. I was watching you. When was that? When was that fake reparation rally out there in Divine C in DC? I was watching you, right? Now, somebody else said this and I agree, and you might even said it. How do you throw something like that up, and have all these so-called
I said it.
wannabe, and then you don't have a congressman there, anybody from the Capitol.
You don't have you have YouTube celebrities there. You throw a reparations rally and you have YouTube fake conscious celebrities. That's it. I was invited to one, brother. Listen. I was invited to a reparations rally by the esteemed brother from the Nation of Islam, not the Farrakhan side, but what's the brother name, man? It escaped my mind real fast. Salas Muhammad. I was invited to one in D.C. 2 years in a row. I declined. Because I understand that reparations is two things primarily. It's legal and it's political. And if you don't have someone there to represent the legal application of pursuing it from a legal perspective with a lawsuit, and if you don't have someone there from a political perspective to put it on the books, then you're just making distractions. You're just talking. And I don't want to be a part of the distraction. Now, if you have people there from the political thing that say this is how we get from A to Z to achieve it, then I'm in. Or we have someone say we're going to file a class action lawsuit. I'm in. But not just to talk. And the rally that was in D.C. that I went to, man, let me tell you something. That wasn't nothing. That wasn't nothing but social media personalities. They
agree.
Let me say this, and then I'll let you, and I'm going to finish this video. One of the things that wouldn't have been bad if someone would have said, listen, on your way out, I need everybody to send an email here, show me your credentials so we can organize. We have this amount of people in one space who desire reparations. Email us, fill out this form so we can begin to organize for reparations. But that's not happening. And one of the red flags and one of the main giveaways that it's a distraction because they keep throwing that thing, it ain't no leader. And nowhere in the world do any group of people achieve anything without funneling their thoughts through one spokesperson. So you're never going to get it. You're just talking. And that's what I'm saying. Why the people don't see this scam. It's a scam. There is not a person on the planet Earth. You either going to funnel your concerns through a council of people. You either going to funnel your concerns through one person. You know what I mean? That's going to be the representative. People say there's no leader. They kill all leaders. That's an excuse. That's what the leaders sign up for. When a leader says I'm going to be a leader and I'm going to voice our concerns, that's what the leader signs up for. But when you understand that the same thing happened in the United States, when they take out the leader, they got another one to push to the front. When they take out the leader, another one. So you can't use that. That's a punk excuse. That's a coward's excuse. But that's what these cowards say. No, there's no leader. They kill all our leaders. So you organize a system that when one goes, one comes. One goes, one comes. Until generations down the line, everything that you fight for is achieved. That's how it works. But it ain't about that. Let me play this, big bro. Listen to this. Oh, my bad. Wrong one. Listen to this. Let's finish this one up.
Because you can't get a reparations claim like that. And it's very important to not mix it up.
But now keep in mind, this is just my father's side.
I understand that.
We all have two sides now. My mother's side, I ain't traced that yet. That could go straight to a plantation for all I know.
Right.
So we got to take those things into account as well.
Both of my parents On both sides of the family, we can trace everything back to plantations in Alabama and North Carolina. So
let me read this comment. Somebody said, "Who is the leader of the 5%er?" The 5%ers are not setting up reparations rally. I see you later on that one. They're not setting up reparations rallies. What are you talking about? Who is the leader of the 5%? Like you trying to imply like the 5%ers don't have a leader. They're not setting up reparations rallies. And if they did set up reparations rallies and trying to strive for reparations, I say y'all better get a spokesman.
Yo, what? Yo, go ahead, God. I'll answer him later.
My family, 100% foundational Black Americans. Nobody in my family immigrated.
How many people can do that, though, do you think?
We can. We can do that. Most of us can.
How many that are claiming to be can really do that? Keep it real.
You can trace your family.
Now listen, at this moment, Lord Jamar is questioning the authenticity of people proving that they're FBA. How did it go from this to what we're hearing today? Listen to this, family.
Both of my parents, on both sides of the family, we can trace everything back to plantations in Alabama and North Carolina. So
Tariq is lying. I've already traced your family back, and you're lying. I got all the names. You're lying. You're totally lying. And we're going to reveal it. We're going to reveal it. Yeah. And we're going to reveal it with faces and everything. You're totally lying. But anyway.
My family, 100% foundational Black.
And this is the thing. Tariq Nasheed can get up there and say, my family can trace themselves back. Why don't he put it on the screen and show the people? The people who follow him don't even know his name because he won't even acknowledge or confirm or deny. But he says that his people can, and he says that as if people are supposed to accept that just like it is. No, since you can do that, screen share like you screen share that I was a registered offender. You lied and did that. Let's see you finagle your way with this one. People don't even know his name. But he can get up here before hundreds of thousands of people and say, my family can trace themselves back to well, show and prove. Show it.
Exactly.
If you can trace yourself back, that means that you have done the research. Somebody say, I see you don't like Tariq. No, I don't like anybody that's infiltrating our community. I don't like people putting the lies in the pot. Do you want to come in here? Listen. Won't you come in here and prove? Let me finish this video and let my brother Radar, you guys go ahead, add on, brother, add on. I'm going to put the link in there.
First off, my man, pull this comment back up. Who's the leader of the 5%? Pull that back up. Pull it if you see him. Hey, I don't know who you are, but when I say that I'm God, I'm God. God doesn't have no ending or beginning. If I'm God, I lead my Black goddess. Shout out to the lovely one. Shout out to my queen. But the 5%ers, nation of gods and earth, we walk the earth as GODs. The devil don't lead me. So, but if you want to know who's the main founder, Clarence 13. But go over to Allah School over on YouTube, or if you're in New York, come uptown and you can get taught. I'm not gonna say so much, but I'll say just enough. But when the Black man say he's God, he leads. So that's who we are.
And what I'm saying is that when someone tried to imply like who is the leader of the nation of the gods of earth, like, because I made the statement about reparations, they're going to need someone to voice the concerns of everybody. Even the nation of the gods of earth will have to say, bro, you're going to be the one to voice our concern so we can get this part. Everybody can't speak at once.
That's when we do the rally. That's when we do the rally uptown. You have a few guards that are open up and start the bill where all the guards take the knowledge. So no doubt.
Everybody can't speak at once. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me let this run. Man, this is a great bill.
My mother's side, I ain't traced that yet. That could go straight to a plantation for all I know.
Right.
So we got to take those things into account as well.
Both of my parents, on both sides of the family, we can trace everything back to plantations in Alabama and North Carolina. So my family, 100% foundational Black Americans. Nobody in my family immigrated.
How many people can do that, though? do you think?
We can. We can do that. Most of us
How
can.
many that are claiming
I want to address this.
can really do that? Keep it real.
My brother, this is my big brother here. He says, DJ Airman says, the brother lost me when he admitted to voting for Skamala, the worst installed candidate ever, yet he had disparaging comments about Trump. Two wings of the same bird. His commentary was fire, then shot himself in the foot. So what he's saying is, he says one is not better than the other. Now, everybody know on here on Morris World TV, I set this one out. You know what I mean? Because to me, Kamala was playing too much into stereotypes, and I could not stomach her playing into the stereotypes with the hot sauce and all that stuff. So that was just me though. But I would not jump out the window and disrespect Kamala or anybody for that matter. I wouldn't even talk about Trump greasy. I laugh at some of the stuff, but I'm not that type of person to just go crazy on anybody that I disagree with. I try to get the talking points as it relates to the education of the situation. But brother, do you want to respond to that?
You already. Pull his comment back up, please.
All right, there you go. And we got somebody in the building. Brothers Unite.
Hey, yo, Airman.
Let me read it again. This my big bro. This my big bro. My bro said, bro.
So
this what he say. When I say my big bro, that means this brother been riding with me for years.
Okay, no, I'm not going to disrespect him. I'm not going to disrespect him. So DJ Airman, let me explain something to you. I hear, and you know what? I disagree with you as well, Ta'aka Bey.
Right. So look,
when you say one evil versus the other evil, Donald Agent Orange, as Spike Lee calls him, he's already showing his card. I have daughters, first off.
Right.
When I voted on the strength of all equality of my daughter. I have 6 girls and 1 son. So when I think about my young daughters that don't have any children, but my older daughters does, and when this abortion ban, see, I voted on the strength of women having their rights. Okay, and like Tim Wall says, the government don't need to be in the clinic with my daughter. So if Trump putting the ban nationwide and then my daughter get pregnant and the doctor can't help my daughter and she want to get an abortion and something go wrong because the doctor thinks he's going to go to prison and Donald Trump is implementing that in, yeah, I'll vote for Kamala Harris because she going to let my daughters have a right. That's only number one. Number two, when Kamala Harris was saying that she's going to start me off. Right now, I'm renting a condo. But she says she's going to start me off with wisdom power to power cipher. What I mean to say is $25,000, $50,000 loan to get me started to own something, to own a crib. Agent Orange is not giving me that, DJ Airman. That's only number two. Number three. Look what happened to George Floyd. Look what happened to Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown. The list goes on and on and on and on. This guy is going to take control of the military. Cash Patel, he's putting Cash Patel to take control of the military. So I got to watch my back. I had enough of that in New York City, DJ Airman, when Giuliani had stop and frisk, throwing me out the cab, throwing my stuff on the ground. So when I'm walking the world and Agent Orange is in office, and when I walk up and down the street, I got to watch for if the police going to do something to me. But I will say this, and I'm going to leave it right there to Akabe and DJ Airman. Here's the deal. Anything happen, you know that thing, FAFO, F around, and you're going to find out. Now that you voted, or whoever voted for Trump, you're going to get exactly what you're going to get. You're going to take that one in blood. And that's the thing why I voted for Kamala Harris, because she was going to make sure that black people be all right. But go ahead.
That's what's up. And I respect that. I respect that. My thing is that I don't
I'm not of that thought. I don't think Trump is going to make sure we're all right. I don't think Kamala was going to make sure we're all right.
That's why I disagree with you.
I believe that we can really solve a lot of problems if we understand political movements locally. I believe that if we understood the power of the local government, and that if we move, instead of expecting someone to do something for us on the national level, on the local level, if we organize 1,500 to 2,000 people, we can take over any office that we want to. And when we take over the office, then we get the pen in our hand and we get the local money, and then we can get the federal money. You see what I'm saying?
Pardon me, talk about that's where I got mad respect for good old Dr. Claude Anderson. He said that we are Native Black men American, that we are the natives. And no doubt I agree with that. But I like what Dr. Claude said, but in Powernomics, Takabe, he was talking about when you get up on the high step, that's when you can pay the Congress or whoever to get up top. So
But I think that's a bit flawed too, because the thing is, politics is really local. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about your congressmen and your senators and all of that, you have to, if you can smash the gas locally, and you can get, say Baltimore, for instance. Baltimore is a quote unquote black city. If you can get local people in Baltimore and each district to move with one voice for one cause, you can have reparations tomorrow. But while people are distracted with national politics and they have not executed local, now you can strategize with national politics, but first you have to be cognizant of how local politics work, because the local politics is the gateway to national politics. And if you ignore local, then you sound stupid and ignorant fighting. Not you, brother, not you. I'm saying, generally speaking, you found crazy cheerleading for a national politician. Let me, Radar Van, I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about generally speaking. Let me get my brother, and I see he got Make America Great Again. Yes, indeed. This is the type of show I like. Yes,
America was never great.
Hey, brother, introduce yourself. Come on in. What you got for us?
Well, first, can you guys hear me? My mic. I normally use StreamYard, so this is a different.
Yeah, you're good. Okay. You're good. It's the same. It's the same template, so you're good.
Well, salute to you guys. Positivity's coming your way. My name is Chaotic Truth. Occasionally, I will go panel hopping. It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why people on YouTube know me. I do it maybe once a week. I did a 9-hour live stream today, so if I'm not that sharp right now, please forgive me. I saw that you were live. I wanted to hop on the panel. You have the panel open. So I guess the topic for today is, did Lord Jamar take the FBA check? Can GODBODY represent FBA? What do the gods think? Now, I don't know what exactly you guys are talking about, but
brother, you can chime in on anything that vibes that you can vibe with, that you heard us speaking of. This is really just a powwow.
I literally just tuned in, man, like 2 seconds
Well, you
ago.
just heard us spoke about some political stuff, and you got Make America Great Again. Yeah, so you can chime in on that if you like.
America is the greatest country on the planet.
Are you a tether?
Am I? No, I'm
messing with you.
I'm just a straight up American, man. I love this country, man. I think this is the greatest country on the planet. This is the greatest time period in human history, from my perspective, right? I could be wrong, but I love the institutions here. I'm so happy that Trump won. You know, I don't know what else to say, man. I really believe that we are going into the second golden age of America. You know, and it's a perfect opportunity for people to take advantage.
Where are you what they call foundation Americans, or are you immigrant?
I just consider myself an American.
Where do you come from, though, brother?
I was born in America.
You was born in America. Where are your forefathers from?
The planet.
No, brother, come on, brother, you got to go with that one. He got to go. Anyway, back to the conversation.
I was just about.
Nah, he got to go, bro, because this is a straight up interview. We straight up. We show and prove. We can disagree, but you can't come in here and say you're from the planet. That means that you was playing games. You came here playing games.
You know what, you 100 with that. The question I want to ask him, because it bugs me out. All the black men out here, first thing they say when I ask them, yo, why did you vote for Agent Orange? You know the first thing that come out their mouth? Oh.
Okay.
Good. Yo, why did you vote for Donald Trump?
And I brought you back because of my brother. He wanted to talk to you.
I'm going to answer the question. I'm a foundational brother.
Give me three reasons. Give me three reasons.
My forefathers are from America. I beg your pardon, sir?
Give me 3 reasons why you voted for Agent Orange.
One of the reasons is I grew up a child, and I was born in '84, and I remember the popularity of Trump in the '90s, before social media, before the internet, and he was a polarizing figure in terms of business, his business acumen. That's one of the reasons. He was mentioned in rap songs, he was in movies, he was in music videos. I remember seeing him in Home Alone 2, which I watched the other night with my wife. He was in Bobby Brown's Ghostbusters video. Another reason is Trump represents what I want: capitalism, dogged determination. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm a capitalist. I love this country, and I love the fact that I can pick myself up from the bootstrap and be better than I was yesterday.
Let me ask you a question, brother. You really sound like you have taken the
I got to get my third one in too. So just let me. Okay, I got to get my third one. I'm waiting till you're done because your show.
It sounds like you have taken the European talking point.
I have.
Let me say why you say that. Europeans used to tell our people all the time, pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right.
I would love for you to put on some boots and then try to pull yourself up. One thing that the weights hold you down when you're trying to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's an oxymoronic statement at best. To pull yourself up by your bootstraps, your weight will hold you down. And so, in other words, what we really need to do is, even these philosophical things, this little trickery, we got to see it with our mind's eye, brother. These things, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. How you going to pull yourself up by your bootstrap when your weight holds you down? And while you're down there trying to pull yourself up, which is virtually impossible, you got somebody over your back making the conditions to so you can't pull yourself up. Now there's ways around it, but you're gonna have to let your bootstraps go. You might have to take off the boots. You might have to do this barefooted, but you ain't pulling yourself up by your bootstrap. It don't work like that. That's an oxymoronic statement at best that was told to our forefathers and foremothers when they say we was lazy.
And if you said you came up in the 80s, so you very young, man. Another thing, Agent Orange was never popular like that to the world. Only in New York City and certain places.
Now rappers, they used to blow him up though.
Oh yeah, but that's
they
only
even named themselves Trump.
That's only doing like the 90s. That's only doing like a few parts of the 90s. But Donald Trump was notorious for hating black people and not liking black people. What you think why he did that to the exonerated 5? So, young brother, you just gonna need to just get more knowledge. I'm not gonna dish you or nothing, but I'm gonna say this to you, brother. In the next few weeks, when Agent Orange get into office, just don't complain and just make sure whatever goes down, like I said, Cash Patel being in control of the military, permission to shoot you, black men in the back, you're going to have to take that in blood, brother. Take that one in blood.
Well, Cash Patel is not in control of the military. He hasn't even been confirmed to be the FBI.
He will be.
The FBI is not the military. It's the federal police agency of America. It's not the military. It's
FBI, brother.
Okay,
military.
It's not the military. Well, it's not the military, so we don't even know. Well, hold on. Let me.
Well, look, long as you can take it in blood, take it in blood. That's all. Go ahead.
I want to hear what he had to say, and I want to hear his last.
No,
he had 3.
Okay, so again, so my third reason why I like Trump is Trump also represents the idea of sobriety. Uh, I really believe Trump's success comes from the fact that he doesn't have any vices. Well, he eats a lot of McDonald's, but he doesn't really have.
No, he touched him in the cootie though. He said.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, man. All men have
bro, that's a vice, bro. Cut it out, bro. He's
man.
married, talking about touching women in the cootie.
Off the panel, so I'm just gonna. I don't know what to say here. So
no, you good, bro.
Okay.
But bro, but when you say something wrong, bro, I got to address it,
bro. Listen, we're black men, man. You know damn well we all have had locker room conversations. A lot of black men. Let's be honest.
But bro, you said he doesn't have no vices, bro. That's a lie. Stop.
I mean, he doesn't have vices like alcoholism and drug use.
Okay, say that.
And what I'm saying is, as black men, let's not pretend like you two guys, including me and other black men in this channel, haven't had 5 and 6 women on the side. Let's be honest. Black men
5 and 6.
Okay, black men are some of the biggest multiple philanderers on the planet. I'm talking about before you get.
Man, I can't take. He talking crazy.
Yeah, you gotta let him go.
He going with stereotypes and everything, man. Black people are some of the big philanderers on the planet, man. That's stereotypical, man. As stereotypical as ever, man. No, you can't come in with that. That's stereotypical. Brother Unite, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Yeah, I can't hear you, brother Tahaka.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear him too.
I can hear you.
Can't hear you, good brother.
1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Bakash in the building. Listen, family, I love the fact that people are joining in this conversation. I ask that you just don't be disrespectful and don't get mad if I get worked up and cut you off a little bit, or the Red Jacket Killer cut you off a little bit. It's not disrespectful. It's that we are passionate about what we subscribe to. That's just what it is. Chaotic Truth. Come on, bro. Don't stereotype this cast, bro.
Okay.
That was a dirty stereotype. Okay. Black people are the biggest philanderers. Like what?
Okay. Let me. Okay. So, and what was the last? Oh, and you said I was sounding European. Yes.
No,
okay.
I say you subscribe to the
European
philosophy.
Are you gonna kick me off the panel if I give you my answer?
Yeah, no. I want you to just quote me right.
I'm just
don't get upset. Don't get too anxious if I cut in. Because this is what I do.
Okay. You kicked me off twice. That's right. Yes, I subscribe to European ideology. I do. I love Western civilization. Okay, don't kick me off. I'm just
you good, bro. Okay. You good.
I'm just being honest with you. I love white culture. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, don't kick me off.
That's the first time I've ever heard a brother.
Don't kick me off. Don't kick me
off. No, bro, you good.
I'm just being honest with you.
No, I love the fact that you're honest, but I never heard someone say, listen, I love white culture.
I do. I love white Western civilization. I do. Everything from the
you and Marcus Nasheed both.
Hold on. Oh, hang tight. Everything from the systems, the ideology, the philosophy, on down to the tangibles like art, music, literature. I love white culture, and I really believe. See, you about to kick me off. See,
I'm not. I got somebody else coming in. Go ahead, finish. Okay, I got my brother gravitating away in.
Oh, that's my brother. Right here. See, thank you. So, what's up, gravitating away? Hear me out. I do. I really believe that. If it don't kick me off, Morris, bro, please.
I'm not going to kick you off, bro. I'm trying to get bro, you be saying some crazy stuff, bro. Just don't be stereotypical.
I'm not using vulgarity. Okay. I really believe that the reason why this planet goes around every day orderly is because of white folks. I really do. So that's why I subscribe to white culture, and I really believe that we should be stewards. You know what a steward is, right? Morris World TV. I think that we should be stewards of European culture. That's it. I'm just saying that. Don't kick me off. Okay. I don't want to say too much. I'm afraid of you kicking me off. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet.
You're good, bro. You're fine, bro. And I'm glad. I would love to interview you one day, because one thing for sure and two things for certain. I've never heard anybody to be that expressive in the way that you have in support of. I wouldn't even debate you. I wouldn't even argue with you. I would love to understand your logic, rationale, and reasoning and how you arrived at that. I would love to understand that one day.
As long as you don't kick me off, I can go into detail about it in an interview.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
But
let me get my brother Prakash up in here, brother. Let me read this super chat. Thank you for the super chat, family. Your technology. Why is Tariq popular? Because we entertain jokers like Chaotic because he's funny. Shake my head. I think that's a good point. We also have Jahu Miller. Jahu Miller said, send this ninja to Umar. Umar will have a field day with you. I'm gonna slice this and send it to Umar. But with that being said, let me get precaution. What's up, brother? I hope I'm saying it right.
Bakwash, can you hear me?
I can hear you well, brother.
Shalom. I mean, the brother Chaotic, he needs to be reprogrammed. You know what I mean? It's like he got a little bit of Tiger Wood in him, but he needs to be programmed. America has never been great, but in his defense, I will say this, and I'm an Israelite, and I will say this: if I did vote and I had a choice between Kamala and Donald Trump, I would have definitely went with Donald Trump. He's a much better. He's efficient. Kamala is a joke, and anyone who sees her as presidential, you need to have your head examined because.
Hey, pardon me, brother. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me why is President Project 2025 so important than Kamala Harris? Why is the Heritage Foundation is so much more important to you?
I didn't say it was important to me, but
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No,
when you say you're gonna vote for Agent Orange is the Heritage Foundation. That's Project 2025. I can read to you 5 things off the head about Project 2025.
You could.
So, and if you didn't do the knowledge, see the thing with being a 5%er, you got to do knowledge. And if you black men, if you didn't do the knowledge to what this new administration is going to bring, like I told the other brother, FAFO, F around, find out when something happened to you or black people, what have you, take that in blood, brother. Take it in blood.
Well, that's the hype. That's the hype that she ran on.
No.
Let me tell you.
Hold up. Let Prakash. Let him come through.
This is what Project 2025 says.
I'm familiar with.
Say it, but go ahead.
I'm familiar with Project 2025, but you can't.
You can't be.
Listen to what I'm. See that, but that's.
Let Prakash. I want to hear what he has to say.
That's the hype that they were trying to scare you into when Kamala was running. You yourself said you have daughters and you're afraid for your daughters and so on and so forth. That was the hype. You cannot compare a Kamala. She lost in every swing state. In 2019 when she ran, you didn't even know about a Kamala Harris. 2020 or 2019, I can't remember the exact time. You didn't even know about a Kamala Harris. Then she was, if you're going to use the 2025 thing, she was accused of locking down hundreds of black men when she was in office. Look at the state of, but see, you're saying no. But if you're going to run with the 2025 thing, I could say this, I could flip the same thing as far as racism and point it towards Kamala. Kamala, when she was running for president, she accused Joe Biden of being a racist. Then all that went out the window.
Can I chime in for a second, brother Bakwash?
Yes, sir.
You said you would have voted for Trump, but you didn't. And anybody who says they would have or vote for Trump, are you being a Hebrew Israelite? Are you of the fact that you can't choose the lesser of the evils? A person of God. Of the Most High should never choose the lesser of the evils because the evil is still the evil.
You're right.
I think we just let it fall where it lay.
I agree with you.
And the universal creator handle it from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when I hear a person of God, when you say you're a Hebrew Israelite or you say you're a GODBODY or you're a Moor, you're a Christian, whatever persuasion that you say you are, but then I hear the compromise, I'm like, man, what we learned today?
No, sir. No. Listen, I said if I was in the world or if I wasn't an Israelite and I was into politics, I would have went with Trump. Trump is the devil, just like the system is the devil, and Kamala is the devil too. So I'm just saying, I would never believe in the system. It's all rigged. Now you made a point.
Yeah.
You made a point about local elections. I can kind of see some of that, but even that's rigged and corrupt to the point where you will never get reparations in this country. This country hates black folks.
What I'm saying is this. I don't believe that's going to happen either, brother. I'm with you on that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that if someone's going to move politically, national politics is never the way to go if you haven't executed local politics. Because local politics says that you can get for a city council or let's just minimize it real small. Let's say a district, you know what I mean? A district in Baltimore. You can get 2,500 people to say we are all look each other in the eyes. We are all voting for Joe Blow,
right?
Hypothetically, Joe Blow, and 2,500 people can actually go stand at that poll today, and Joe Blow will be in office tomorrow. He will be in office tomorrow because there is no, in any district in Baltimore, 2,500 votes is going to shift the votes. You can't lie on that. It's just impossible. Now, if you go up to 6,000 people standing out together and they all agreed, I'm not talking about, I'm not telling you who I voted for. No, we're voting for Joe Blow today.
Mm-hmm.
And you do that in every district in Baltimore, whoever Joe Blow is in every district, they become the power. And then they would have to have some integrity and bring the goods back to the people, because then they will control city council, they will control these districts, and then they can cut the check. You know what I mean? But now, other than that type of organization, block voting, we ain't got nothing coming. And when it comes to Donald Trump, we have to understand, if Donald Trump can build up the constituent, a racist constituent, to ride out for him the way that they have, and people can't even put their finger on how he's doing it, but they riding, that is some real smooth stuff. What I'm saying is these racist Europeans, man, are from the backyard. They just came out of nowhere and they ready for whatever. You follow me? But you never hear how he's triggering them. That is very crafty. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a case study. How does he trigger these people to just be right out racist and raw? We haven't seen that in a long time.
If I could be neutral on this, at the very least, we could agree at least most of our folks are waking up from being forever Democrats. Can we at least agree with that?
I was just about to say that.
Listen, the thing is though, we're waking up from being Democrat, and then for the next 50 to 100 years, you go Republican, and then guess what happened? We're waking up from being Republicans and then go back to Democrat. It's going to be a seesaw.
Actually, it's GS. I feel like this year, from a lot of people I spoke with on the groundworks, you got more people that are being actual independents. They're not necessarily running to the Republican Party, but it was like a change had to happen sooner or later in terms of even affiliating with any party, especially that of a Democrat that contributes to the death of millions and millions of babies. I'm just saying, like, sooner or later, it had to have been a wake-up call.
But
like,
the whole
it's easy to say. I'm sorry, GS, but it's easy.
No, you
to
good,
say
brother. You good, brother. You know why we rock.
All right, plus I miss you, bro. I ain't hear from you in a minute.
Yeah, brother. Only thing I'm saying is, when is it going to come a time when we understand that we are the power? This is why people court us. That we have the ability to do for ourselves what people are courting us to do for them. That we have the ability. Like, we really are messed up in the head when we think that someone is going to look out for the best interest for us better than we can look out for ourselves. Like, sometimes I'm looking at the world through the lens that one day we're going to have to say bump all of that, both sides. And the real people are going to have to come together, and they're going to have to go in the woods and cut down a tree, and they're going to have to build a log house, and they're going to have to start from scratch, and then they're going to have to fortify it. See, no one wants to do, and I'm not saying literally in that order, I'm just saying no one wants to do the hard work. They want to act like these people are representatives of their better good. But these people have never been representatives of our better good. They are a party, and that party has an agenda, and that agenda never included us from either side. The agenda, look at the agenda of the party, and you will see that the party never included us.
Well,
never.
I agree, but you said something. You said for them to court our vote, or in other words, see our value. I think there's a seed planted, none other than now. Like, I see it, man, even with the young folks specifically, because a lot of brothers and sisters older, especially my age and older, some of them are long gone, and I give them grace, but they're long gone. But our younger folks, I'm witnessing, are at a crossroads of they don't really know where to go, and that's the perfect chance. You understand? To give everything a chance, meaning do your research, look at everything, not just follow blindly. And before we get too off topic, I still would like Chaotic to answer the question of the day, of the night, per se, of did Lord Jamar take the bag? I'm just saying.
Did he take the bag?
That was a side note.
I don't really know what
do you follow Lord Jamar?
I don't really follow rappers, to be honest with you. So I mean, I know of Lord Jamar. But...
Man, I gotta love this guy, man.
No,
I don't really follow him. Hey, Red Jacket Killer, man, he don't follow you, brother.
No, I mean, well, I don't listen to jungle music. So in Reset TV,
wait, pause. What is jungle music, brother?
Rap
what
music.
is that? What do you mean?
That's it, brother. We can't have
Yeah,
it.
he's
trolling,
man.
brother. He trolling.
But it is very educational, though, man. Very educational.
We can't even entertain that, brother. When
Taka Bay, pardon me, Taka Bay, Lord Grand Sheik. What I want to say is that what is identity politics? You know what identity politics is? This is what America is based on. This is why Kamala lost, because of identity politics. They try to reverse that and say that it's us. No, it's identity politics, because white people are the ones who came up with this identity politics. They go by looking at who you are. So when you say that, when white people say that they're colorblind, no, you're not colorblind. Because when you see me as a black man. If you get robbed, you're not going to tell C-Cypher Pork, oh, I got robbed, but I'm colorblind. Like, that's the identity politics.
Well, let me add on, and then I'm going to bring
whiteness. It's all about whiteness.
Let me add on, and then I'm going to bring L up in here. I'm going to bring L up in here.
Go ahead, peace.
Politics is always identity. Let's be clear about that. It's just behind the scenes, they have this plot and scheme that teaches the regular, everyday, common people that we're all in this melting pot together. But when you see where the resources go, you know that politics is always identity. It's just not geared towards our identity. You know what I'm saying? So Chinatown gets their allotment for what they need to make Chinatown thrive. Little Italy get their allotment. China, Italians, the LGBT community, they get their allotment. All of these identities get their allotment. We never get ours. So I do understand the FBA concept if it was legitimate. You understand? I do understand it. But it's not legitimate.
Correct.
It's not legitimate, because if it was legitimate, the same way that Chinatown has a council to bring issues to the table to bring the bread home, there would be one. You see what I'm saying? The same way that every other community have these councils to bring the bread home, there will be one. FBA said there's no leader, so FBA it's a distraction. Let me bring L Typhon up in here, brother. Come on, add on, brother.
Hey, GS. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I hear you good. Man, let me say I appreciate y'all for chiming in, man. I really do, man. Especially because I don't know the brother but he got some good.
I've been watching you for a minute, man. For a minute, you used to come on 10 o'clock around that time. Since you was attacking, well, I don't say use the word attacking, but you was going after the Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam. When you had the footage of Tariq's museum, watching you for a while, man.
This guy, man.
Hey yo. I got a question for the God and shit. I mean, excuse me for my language, but what exactly would make him not be God body anymore? How would he lose knowledge of self because he identifies with this particular ideology? That automatically means he don't have knowledge of self no more, so that he out of the gods and earths because because he identifying with this particular chain of thought, so that make him an official disciple of the FBAs. And what exactly is the beef with people identifying, because they don't have no official mission statement or no official ideology, and that may be a good or bad thing, but what is the official beef with them? Is it that you saying is being headed by Tariq Nasheed, GS, and to the brother up top? I'm saying, what would make him lose his knowledge of self? You know
I want him go first, and then I'm gonna go behind. Radar, and then we'll swing out to Prakash.
And where the notion coming from that the brother took some type of monetary payments for voicing his opinion? He don't look like he's starving to me. I don't know what he got going on in his personal life, but the brother don't look like he's starving. You know what I'm saying? Like, but where the notion is coming from that he took some type of monetary claim or something to say the things that the world's saying he's saying that he got everybody riled up about.
You go first and give me a second after you, Radar.
Okay. Peace. L Sut, that's your name, right? Your name is L Sut? Okay, peace. My name is Red Jacket. I'm Red Jacket Killer, but my attribute is Tashima Law. Peace. So to answer your question, I can't say that I'm God body sitting at a table full of pork. I can't say that, okay, everybody listen to me carefully, because I'm trying to put together like a metaphor so you can analogy so you can see what I'm saying to you. Analogy. So I can't go up to a law school with pork. Better yet, I can't go up to a law school putting some new stuff in the lessons and saying, okay, y'all, today we're gonna have the knife in the lessons. The knife is to take the knife and go out and kill. You can't put that in the lesson. So if you follow what I'm saying, so in other words, like I will say this all night, Tahaka Bay could keep getting at me all he want. But if you Google FBA, it only leads back to Marcus Sanders. It doesn't travel back to the 60s. It doesn't go back. Wait, hold up.
You're right, exact. It
doesn't.
I got you, brother.
No, son. It doesn't go all the way back to the 60s. But again, I'm GOD. I can't rock the flag, and then I'm gonna create some other stuff on the flag and get other guards to be like, oh yeah, that's what it is. It's emphatically now cipher. You can't be. There's no FBA in 5%. It's just emphatically now cipher. You cannot do it. There's no what you say, Ta'akabe? The last damn, I forget what you said, but you just can't come up, El Sut, and just wake up and get out of the bed and just I'm whatever. It just doesn't go like that. And then to answer this, I don't have no beef or nothing like that. But this is what I will say, and I'm gonna say peace. People make me laugh when they break their neck to call the Twitter space to talk to this guy so he can humiliate them and disrespect them. You got to see this guy face to face and let it be known. But I'll leave it there.
Let me touch it. Brother, I want you to repeat that question one more time and let me take a stab at it.
But wait, did you understand what I'm saying, El Sut? Did you get what I'm saying?
I mean, you really didn't technically answer the question.
Let me answer it.
I did, but go ahead.
Let me get it.
He identifies.
Let me get it.
Because he says he identifies
Bro,
with that particular chain of thought.
Brother, this is the thing.
I'm dissing the gods and earths.
No. Listen what I'm saying.
Like,
all right, let's bring logic. Let's bring logic and reason to it. Is Lord Jamar a FBA according to the definition coined by Tariq Nasheed? That's a yes or no?
No.
No. I want El Sut to answer that. Do you know?
You saying as far as his blood? I don't know the brother.
No. He says he's not. He says he's not. Listen.
I don't know if he.
Okay, I'm about to show you right now. Hold up. I want you to admit. Hold up. I want you to admit this because we're gonna have a class real quick. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Where it's at? Let me see. I think it's this one here. All right, there we go.
You can trace your
that. My family didn't get all that when they came here. We lived as regular black people
when they came here. So would you admit right now that he's not FBA? He say his family came here and they came on a boat through Ellis Island. I need you to walk with me with this one. Is he FBA according to definition as coined by Tariq Nasheed?
If we going by what is being coined, then I guess he would not be.
He's not FBA. Now, hold up. All right, let's stop there.
If that's what we basing it on.
No. That's the only thing we can base. Brother, listen. The only thing we can base it on is the definition by the man who created it. We can't create another definition. We only can use the definition by the creator, which is Tariq Nasheed. You can't create another definition, brother.
No.
Because that's disingenuous to the term.
No. I mean, one word can have many meanings.
But it's disingenuous to the term. It's disingenuous to the term. If he creates the term and he defines it, then that's what the measuring stick is. Would you agree?
Right, no doubt.
Okay.
Did he say he was a disciple?
Let me finish. So now we got that out the way. According to him, he is not FBA according to what is required to be FBA. Do you agree or not? And I can... It's no if. It's got to be a yes or no, bro. We men here. It's no if. We men here.
Say no. I honestly
okay,
say no.
No. Now here's the question. He's fighting Fat Joe because he made a statement about FBA. He's not FBA. Claimed to be GODBODY. Claimed to be, and if that's the wrong term, my apology. Claimed to be God. All knowledge, all wise, all wisdom, all understanding, all of these things that come with being of the nation of gods and earth. Right and exact. But he's not being right and exact. How can he be still of the nation of gods and earth?
Thank you.
There's no way he can still be a part of that because he's no longer right and exact. Unless he recant.
You kind of like...
If the cipher is 360 degrees,
so you threw a curveball in there. That still didn't answer the question. But that how does
no, I'm asking you. I'm getting to the question.
He disagreed.
Listen, I'm getting to the question. You asked, one of the questions you asked is how can he not be still GODBODY? That's one of the questions. And I'm telling you how.
That is the question.
So it's impossible to now take on a whole new understanding and then hold on to your former understanding, which is in conflict. There's a conflict there. There's a conflict.
I think if you study the lessons, I don't really think it's.
I'm telling you the conflict. The conflict is that he's not FBA. He's not FBA.
Can't get caught up in that, man.
No, he's not FBA, brother. That's just like me running out here saying, hold up, let me do it like this. Let me do it like this. That would be just like, bro, let me ask you a question. Would it make sense for you to run out here and say, the original Chinese are black? Why can't I be a part of the original Chinese are black? Why can't I be a part of Chinese culture? And the Chinese face says, "Oh, you're welcome. but you're not Chinese. That's reasonable. The thing is with Lord Jamar, he is claiming FBA. And he's fighting the FBA war with Fat Joe, and he's not FBA. That doesn't make sense. No way you slice that pie, brother.
So
are you going to fight? Are you going
to FBA? So what's his gripe?
Listen to me. No. We're dealing with Lord Jamar first. I want to first get that by. How can a non-FBA fight a FBA battle? That doesn't make sense. He's not FBA.
He can fight as an ally.
Okay, then say that.
He can fight as an ally.
That's fine. I get that, but that ain't what's going on.
As an ally.
Listen, brother. Maybe you ain't listening. Let him hear a little bit more. Then I'm gonna bring gravitate.
No, I hear you very well.
Now. That's a point that you can't get around. Now, the second part is you said, how can he be GODBODY? How do you take that away?
How can he not be?
How can he not be? Bro, because the ideologies are in conflict. They're in conflict. They're in conflict because he's not being genuine. He's being disingenuous to who he is in his own lineage. He's been disingenuous.
Man, that's I don't know, man.
No, you can't.
Know about that.
Bro, listen to me, brother. This is the problem with us, bro. We be so hesitant to slice the pie straight down the middle. But if we want truth,
no.
Bro, if we want truth to come on board, we got to slice it what it is. He's not FBA, and he's fighting Fat Joe, and he's fighting Fat Joe for saying FBA is racist.
Okay, we established that. He's not FBA. Fine. He's not FBA. So he can't be down with the movement, though?
No, he can be. But he can't
be down with the movement?
No. I'm saying he can be. But first he will have to say what his role is. He's leading people to believe that he is FBA fighting the FBA front line.
Well, he would have on your show. Maybe he gonna get some clarity on that.
Yeah, I called him. He probably called me back tomorrow.
Maybe get some clarity on it.
All right. So let me see. Hold up real quick, brother. And then that's the only thing. That's the way I see it. That's the way that I see it. Because if I proclaim Moorish American, right? I proclaim Moorish American to the bone. I mean, every fiber of my being, brother. You know what I'm saying? Now, if someone comes to me, Prakash, you, anybody else, come to me and says, bro, that ain't what I know of Moorish. That ain't no Moorish. I'm not Moorish, but that definitely ain't Moorish. I owe Prakash. I owe everybody to say, this is what it is. If it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. But I owe that because guess what? I've been repping that.
No, that's the truth.
I've been repping that. I've been repping this. He's been representing 5% Nation. His podcast is called Godcast. I owe anybody who ever listened to me an explanation. I owe that. We're talking to the people.
So they're gonna kick him out the whip. So they're gonna kick him out the whip of the nation of God's and earth because he
I don't think it's not an organization like that. It's not an organization like that.
Ideology.
No, brother, it's not an organization like that. It's not an organization like that. The thing is that we're looking for. Listen, man, we're under oppression, bro, and we have taken too many hits by not checking one another. We have taken too many setbacks by not addressing inconsistencies. So it's all about addressing inconsistencies. It's not about hate. It's not about disrespect. It's about transparency. There's too many inconsistencies in this struggle and being in this oppression. Too many. And when people come and they change and like we supposed to address that. Or are we just having podcasts? If we just having podcasts, that's cool. But if you're talking about people that been running around for 20 years talking about the white man, the devil, talking about we need to get out this oppression, talking about the Hebrew Israelites standing on the corner hooping and hollering, I'm standing in the temple hooping and hollering, and we doing all this, but then we do questionable stuff and we say, well, nah. We got to address that. That's all I'm saying. Let me get Prakash in and see if he has something he add on and then gravitating away. What you got, Prakash?
Yeah, I want to say maybe the brother changed his position within the nation.
And that's fine.
The same thing, like I watched you teach, and you being a Moor differs from other brothers' viewpoints and how they rock as being a Moor.
Right.
So maybe, he's changed.
And I can explain that. And like I said, I can explain that. Most Moors don't follow the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I stick to the strict teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and it's not cultish and it's not weird. I'm not going to wear no shoes that curl up in the front. I'm not walking around I'm not doing none of that. Nah. I'm not going, every time you see me, I'm trying to be so articulate that, yes, Islam, brother. You know the Prophet. No, I'm not doing none of that. I'm gonna be who I am, because being a Moorish American does not require me to play up to the stereotypes of acting like I'm super articulate. Nope, I'm gonna butcher some words. I'm gonna wear some J's. I'm gonna wear my fez, but I'm gonna be upright in character. When you see my character and you see my positioning, you're going to say, yeah, that's a Moor. From his character, not because how I talk or how I dress. You ain't going to never hear me curse nobody out. You ain't going to never hear me. And if I do, I'm going to apologize. You're going to see my character. And so, yeah, I don't rock with those weird, and I'm sorry if I got to say, they kind of weird. They obviously not reading the book, or they reading something that I ain't reading, because the one that I read instructs me to be my divine self and be the best that I can be this hour and then better the next hour. So, yeah, but I owe that explanation. I've been on this platform for almost 8 years now. So I'm saying Lord Jamar owe us a conversation. That's it. That's it. Gravitating away, that's my bro. Come on, bro. Hey, Bakwash, what camp you a part of, bro? No camp? You know, y'all always like, I ain't no camp right now.
Now I teach in Manhattan. I'm on we call 14th Street Israelites. I teach downtown Israel. I'm original One West dude from up in Harlem.
That's what I'm talking
about. I go way back with Aria and
y'all get it in. Y'all get it in.
Yeah, I'll be seeing y'all uptown when I come through. I'll be seeing y'all up there.
And let me tell you something. And I've been around for a long time, and that's what I'm saying, bro. When you claim Israel, Hebrew Israelite, and you proclaim Israel, bro, you have expectations. Even if the people don't even follow their philosophy or theology, you have an expectation in our community. We know what to expect from you. You see what I'm saying? In the moment that you step outside that expectations, as a leader, we looking for explanation. You follow me?
Mm-hmm. What I've learned over the years is that you got to be the best person that you can be in wisdom and spirituality, because men will veer off from what you described earlier. They will veer off and they will go outside of the book. And if you're not careful, you will justify doing the same thing because they're your brothers. So that's why I pose a question. Maybe the brother changed a bit of what he learned in the 5% Nation, because you can be with brothers, and because out of weakness or greed or lust, they can totally go off protocol, and you will follow that because you're so used to being with those brothers. But at some point, you got to look at yourself and make the right decisions and grow in the Most High. And it's painful because you're going to step on a lot of toes, and you're going to make moves where you're going to have to separate from brothers and sisters.
But if you, and this is what I would say to you, if you being a part of an organization, right? Mm-hmm. If one come in that is questionable, it's not evil to request transparency. That should be a given, and you know it is. You know it is. You gonna question it, and hey man, we gonna take you over to this back room over here. We something ain't looking right. You know what I'm saying? And so on these social media streets, on these platforms, when things don't look right, then any blogger or any YouTuber should not be demonized because they say this don't look right, and let me show you why. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be. And I'm just saying that this FBA thing, it don't look right. And it just don't look right. If you studied it thoroughly, it don't look right.
How do you know it's not a plan by the government to kind of throw things?
I believe it is. I believe it is. I believe it is. I'm actually 99.9% that it is. I mean, through my but I would have to sit down. Listen, I would have to sit down with people who are willing to really examine the evidence so they can really understand the point. Not from a blog show perspective, but to really examine the evidence. See, one thing about our people, right, and all we got to do is look at history and see how it works. The United States government and European imperialism, I mean, oppression, has always used tribal differences to bring forth conflict so we can stay battling one another, and they continue to keep it pushing in control of the resources. This is why when I came of age, right, I grew up at 18 during the Moorish Science Temple of America, man. We was battling each other. We was battling the Nation of Islam. We was battling the Hebrew Israelites. They wasn't really as prevalent as we see today, but they were around. But we was battling, right? And it got to the point where we was battling where it could get real ugly and nasty. Today, I disagree philosophically, you know? But at the end of the day, I'm like, man, it's the same oppressor. So I would want to challenge a person for the philosophy or theology in which someone stands for. Challenge me on the Quran. Challenge me on the Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I invite all of that. But that's where it starts. That's where it's in. Because at the end of the day, they benefit from me saying, y'all believe in that dumb Bible? Or you saying, you believe in that dumb Quran? Like, it's okay to have that disagreement or discord, but it's not okay to be ignorant and malicious and disrespectful, because that's when the powers that be benefit. Now, in the FBA thing, bro, what in the world has come upon us where we put so much emphasis on a lineage with no agenda but reparations? What has come upon us?
There won't be no reparations. You can stop that shit.
No, I'm saying that's the platform. That's the platform that FBA established themselves on. Reparations.
You've heard them say that? You've heard them say that?
Yes. Where do we go?
She talk about that. Hey, yo, peace to the God, Doc Kim. I seen you down there. If you see Doc Kim be a law, talk about, bring him up. That's the guy from a law school.
Okay.
Here's the deal. You know why we are 5%ers, because 5% of the nation has the knowledge. The 95% of the other nation is ignorance, and they don't possess this knowledge, and that's who FBA be. And if Lorenzo the Jealous, the Frenchman, if he want to be down with FBA, then he's being part of the 95% of the dumb, deaf, and blind, while us 5% is still knowledge.
My thing is, I don't want to paint all those who subscribe to FBA with a wide brush, because
I'm just saying, talk about whoever's.
I get what you're saying, Jamar.
They part of the 95%.
But what I'm saying is, some of the people that subscribe to FBA, right, they agree with the outlining understanding that we are the foundation of the building of this country, and they subscribe to that. They're not familiar with the antics. They're not familiar with the grift. They're not familiar. Many of them just understand that we've been saying it for years. We built this country. We built this country. And that's what they subscribe to. But that's the point. That's what draws people in. But when you look at what happens when you subscribe to that, there's T-shirts in Walmart. And all of it is trademarked to one person. There's T-shirts, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just say that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? If that's just what it is.
And if you say,
and see, just like you said, Grand Sheik Chakabe, you are more to the blood of the bone. So you got 5%ers. Some don't even follow and live out the lessons.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
we have a code of content in the nation. You drinking, Clarence said no drinking, no smoking. That's a part of the code of conduct.
Let me finish my thought real quick though.
That's drinking. But
I wanted
just
to finish my
throw that
thought.
out there.
Yeah, I got you. I wanted to finish my thought. What I mentioned about the Walmart thing is that the more people that can subscribe to the FBA ideology, the more you can build up this fake culture, and the more you're going to buy into it. And then all of the trademark, all of the patent stuff, all of the stuff that you purchase is not going towards building any nation. It's not going towards building any commercial ventures, not for FBAs. It's going to one person. You understand what I'm saying? So that becomes the hustle. If I can get, if you can get people all across the United States to proclaim FBA, why wouldn't they be proud enough to buy a T-shirt in Walmart? Why wouldn't they be proud enough to buy a baseball cap in the ball cap store? You know what I'm saying? But now, again, there's nothing wrong with that if you actually build in a nation. There's nothing wrong with that. It takes finance to build a nation. But that's what's not going on. There's one person that owns everything FBA. There's not a panel. There's not a board. There's nothing. That's the problem right there.
But how could that, the first part you said, how could that not be a problem if they were pumping the T-shirts and people was trying to build a nation? Haitians, Jamaicans, West Indians wouldn't be included in that nation, right?
No, I'm just saying it wouldn't be a problem if you're building a nation. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is it's one person enterprise. That's the problem.
I still see a problem with the first part, though. If you're building a nation, then again, would Haitians and Jamaicans and Trinidadians, would they be a part of that nation?
According to FBA, no.
Then that whole thing should be destroyed.
That's problematic. It's problematic.
It's very problematic. It's divided.
So what you hear me doing, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, but it's problematic. Even like, let me give you, this is a great example, Paquash. This is a great example. And this for my brother Al Suk. You being a Hebrew Israelite and you represent one of the 12 tribes, or you cover all of them and you accept that this is what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, one of the 12 tribe brothers say, I'm FBA. The conflict of interest is that you once traced your roots back to an ancient lineage. Now, the FBA says we're going to stop at the Civil War or 1526. When all of the years that I've known a Hebrew Israelite, they done weaved in and out the Bible. They done weaved in and out the Levant. They done weaved everywhere around the planet. But now, this same brother is going to say, I'm FBA. And nothing else matters about the foundation of what we did here in America. That would not be accepted. And if it is accepted, that's a bad compromise. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would agree. That's insane.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about saying that you of the nation of the gods and earth. There's a conflict of interest. The first line,
Jamar,
the Asiatic black man. The Asiatic black man. But then you say, none of that matters no more. It's just FBA 1526. There's a conflict of interest. That was just like me. I mean, I think what the disconnect is this. I think the disconnect is this. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that your ancestors built this country. There's nothing wrong with acknowledging that. And there's nothing wrong with organizing around that. The problem about that is that it's become a circus sideshow to demonize those who are colonized that look like you, to demonize those who have been enslaved like you, I'm talking about in South America and around the planet, to demonize the same people that's suffering from the same atrocities that you suffer from. That's where it's the problem. It's no problem with trying to establish that we built this, we owed money, we're going to get it. But the moment that you strike out to other people that look like you, is suffering the same way as you, that tells me that there's another hand involved in that. Because that's one thing that we've been trying to get over for a long time. And on the plantation, they always try to make sure that we stayed. And if anybody come in our community, and then we're gonna fight amongst each other anyway. But if you got somebody coming in the community reinforcing that, why did I say we're gonna fight amongst each other? Family, we have always been different tribes and different groups of people, and we always differed in one way or the other. But when you got one that comes in initiating a fight with our people around the planet, that's problematic.
I agree.
That's problematic.
I agree.
Yeah. Gravitating away, what you got for me, brother?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. I'm having some technical difficulties, but with Jamar, you know, he comes from the ilk of a lot of brothers that put me on game. You know, being a young man coming up from the South, he didn't have the same exposure like a lot of brothers up north with certain knowledge. I wouldn't say that I'm a member of the Nation of Gods and Earth, but I've been associated with the NOI and a lot of those GE brothers and sisters. And if you know a Jamar from Brand Nubian and Jamar as a man that stands on his own, he's going against the very core values he literally embodied his entire body of work on.
Yes, brother.
If you're going to align yourself with a Tariq Nasheed that laid the Mac down on the FBA and then you run around and pick it up, you went against the cipher, which is 360 degrees, is of all that we know of the planet, of life in general,
brother.
Meaning everything
Nah,
with the
nah,
ideology of FBA goes against what we already are struggling to build right now, which is one nation, the Asiatic so-called black man. He's going against all of that. And here's the thing. I hate to drift from this, but you can argue this until the cows come home. For the most part, I'm pretty sure the world understands hip hop is associated with the American black man. I feel that and I stand on that. But after this game of let's play who started what is the agenda? Because I could use a few good men to do the work that I'm doing on the ground. My problem with this internet thing, we think we can conflate with actual reality of what's going on out here. You got intelligent brothers and sisters that are not going to subscribe to this movement. And people conflate it with black American citizens here in the US. Most black Americans do not subscribe to that because there are those of us that know who are Tariq Nasheed. So while it's all good to acknowledge, yes, of course, your forefathers and sisters built this nation, but this FBA movement is a part of a larger grift. So while you're supporting it, I'm sorry to say you're aligning the pockets of a veteran grifter, a master scam artist in a Tariq Nasheed. So when I see a Jamar, when I see a Jamar who laid down certain mathematics and lessons for a lot of us younger folks when we was, yay high, and to see him kind of disintegrating, he's not sharp as he used to be. He seems like his doctrine is attached with so many other elements, and it just makes me take a step back. See, you can revere people, but what makes you a god, as you say, what makes you a leader of your own mind, especially if you have seeds out here, is if you do the work, you do the research, and you move accordingly. I understand most of the brothers and sisters that subscribe to the so-called FBA movement or Johnny come latelys to certain grifts. I give them grace. But when you got people of notoriety kind of promoting this jargon, it's rhetoric. It's rhetoric that's very divisive. And I'm telling you, everything we built from us going back and forth with another will be unbuilt. If you think it's going to take forever for us to unite, attaching yourselves to a movement like this will do so much harm than anything that you think will be successful for Black Americans here in the U.S.
And let me add to that, family. Just imagine, right? Just imagine this. Say this FBA ideology actually work. Just say it actually works. That people in America that is descendant of slaves proclaim this lineage of FBA. What's next? That's a rhetorical question. What's next? What I would rather do is work on, because the platform for FBA has been reparations. What I would do is work on reparations, but also not only reparations for what my forefathers and foremothers worked for here in America, but also reparations on repairing international relations. That way, when I do get that, if that's what one believes, when I do get that, I can pull my ship into their port. I can exchange my goods for their goods, because that's how the world advances. You understand? I can pull my ship into Puerto Rico. I can pull my ship into Haiti. I can pull my ship into the coast of Africa. But with this grift of FBA, it's that talk like Trump saying that these places are poop holes. He says, go back to your dirty village. He says, Mr. Nasheed, go back to your stinking country. You understand what I'm saying? Now, why would one want to trade with you after? Because it's going to take years to build up, to establish yourself as a trading group of people. But the energy of the maliciousness is also going to build along the way. It's going to build along the way. And that maliciousness, when you get to the point, just say it works. You get to the point where you do have some ships, you do have some planes, you do have some organization. No one is going to want to work with you. And no country can survive by being an island unto themselves. None. Not in this world today. Because there is no oil under your feet right here. There is no gold under your feet right here. And these are the things that power your computers. These are the things that power your cars. These are even electric cars. You know, people want electric cars, right? People are like, oh, I got an electric car. I don't need gas. Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because the power plants that makes the electricity use fossil fuels to build the electricity. You still need fossil fuels. Even if you got an electric car, you still need fossil fuels. And guess what? You get access to that. You're either going to be friends with brothers and sisters in Africa where they got the most resources, friends with those in the Middle East where they got most resources, or you're going to be an island unto yourself and you're going to be stuck in the Stone Age. Now, everybody ain't going to be friends with you, and we get that. Hold up, let me finish this, because I know people are going to say this. Everybody is not going to be friends with us. Many of them is not going to be friends with us. But for those who will, that's all we need. That's it. Man, we all over the planet, bro. We got too many enemies. We shouldn't be trying to make more enemies. If those want to be enemies with us, let them be. Let them be enemies with us.
Hey, GS. So you saying the brother corner in the market? Because I ain't saying no, I'm not capping.
No, bro, he owns.
I ain't seen no FBA t-shirts or hats on the streets or nothing. Now,
no, ain't nobody wearing that. It's trash. It's trash. It's trash.
If you saying he corner in the market, then nah, he, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, do I need to show you the receipts? Bro, do I need to show you the receipts where he has trademark?
No. I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? If you saying that's, I'm saying I could do my own little research, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check it out, you know what I mean? But if that's what the brother doing, then that's some Billy Carson type. Then you know what I'm saying? He got to get out the wet. You feel me? Like, but what I'm saying is, how come, right? First of all, there's no people on the planet that has been through what the so-called American Negro has been through. So we have a right to have some type of, you know what I'm saying? If that gives the brothers and sisters some type of solidarity or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? If it gives them that feeling, this the way we gonna win our people back, and this is the way we gonna get out of this.
Let me ask you a question, brother.
Now, the information.
Brother. Do you live in a gated community? Do you live in a gated community?
Hell no, I don't live in no gated community.
How can a gated community person tell you about the
Hell
struggles
no.
in your community? Do you think a person who have lived in a plush gated community for the last 10 years can recognize what goes on with you in Newark, New Jersey?
Maybe he come from that now. Maybe he made his way to that gated community. Maybe he don't know.
I agree with that, but I'm asking you.
He come from that.
Absolutely. What if? I'm asking you, can one in a gated community direct those who are in the trenches?
Hell no.
You ain't never seen that.
Ain't no quarterback in front of.
You ain't never seen that. You know the best leaders come from amongst the people. It reads in the Bible that they're going to raise up a prophet amongst the people, like the people. And it's the same thing happen on a local level. When people begin to move on grassroots, they pick one amongst them to lead the charge and express the concerns of the constituents around them. It's not an outsider that directs them in the direction which they're going. There is nothing that ever been won like that. Never in the world have anything been won like that. It's always the local people that come together, they're fed up, and they grab one amongst them to be the mouthpiece. And then they connect with other local people in other cities, in other places, and then you got things like the March on Washington. It's the local people. It's not the people that living an upper class life, bro. Never. Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, Jesus never went to the upper class. The upper class hated Jesus. He was with the common people, the regular people. They hated him.
That's right.
Whether you believe in Jesus or not, listen to the concept of the story. They hated him. I'm not you. I'm speaking in general to the people in the world. They hated him. Muhammad the same way. They didn't like him. You know what I mean? That's why they ran him out of Mecca. Because he was with the commie, the regular, everyday people. Like, we need to get it together.
If he a money changer, he gonna get ran out the temple.
And that's what I'm saying.
If he a money changer, he getting ran out the temple.
And so, the whole thing in a nutshell is when you see the image for those who believe in Jesus and those who don't, it doesn't matter. Just listen to the concept. Throughout history, there was always the regular, everyday people that was fed up that led the revolution, if you will. How can one outside? So why do we accept one outside of the circle of the problems and the issues to guide and lead anybody anywhere? It's against what history says. Let me get Baquash in, and we're going to wrap it up in a minute. We got to do part 2, Red Killer. We did what we had to do. We got to do part 2, though. But Baquash, what you have to add on, brother? Come on.
I'm going to say situation-wise, when this government collapses and when that money runs out, that FBA thing is not going to mean a squat because brothers going to get down with each other, man. Haitians, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, we all going to tear Brooklyn up, man. We're going to tear Jersey up together, man. Because it's not going. The money ain't going to mean anything. You're not going to get no reparations from this government. You're killing yourself. That's not going to happen. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? The same way Rome fell, America's going to fall. The same way the money ran out in ancient societies because of greed and misuse of the people, it's going to happen here in America. That's why I'm glad Trump won, because I want the division. I want them to fight with each other.
If I don't agree with anything about Trump, bro, I agree with that point.
Oh, I love it. I agree
with that point.
I go right to conservative news and watch them fight with each other.
If you've been in knowledge for quite some time, only then would you understand what Baquash just said. Only then. Because once your eyes are open, you get to see things for what they really are, and it's very disheartening. It's very troublesome, and if you're not careful, it could be discouraging. But when you understand how this plays out, because it has played out in history before, then you just wait. As my grandmother used to say, just wait on the Lord.
It's coming, man. Look, man,
wait on the Lord.
Wait. You know, I woke up on the Jehovah's Witness and the Nation of Islam when they have their papers out, and I go, "You ready, brother? You ready for it?" And they think I'm going to say something else. They say, "What?" I said, "The fall of America." And you should see the look on their face, man. Because I personally believe a lot of people are not expecting this place to crash. but it's gonna fall, man.
And the reason why, because America is so unique in the development, the way that it's developed, bro. America is the representation of an empire, but it's a country. Every state is independent, but dependent upon one another. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you look at America next to other country, it dwarfs other countries. This is why people compare America to the whole continent of Africa. You know what I'm saying? And so when people see that in the world, see that, they never seen that in history before, that this is an empire in the form of a state. A state usually give the indication of a small little location. You know what I'm saying? But this is an empire. You know what I'm saying? And man, they can't see that it will collapse at any given time. However, we know how history has been recorded.
That's right.
Empires rise and empires fall.
And she's never been touched.
The Romans never thought that they would be able to expand all the way to the Levant, all the way throughout North Africa and throughout Europe. And one day they will be no more. Mm-hmm. They revitalized and they downsized, and now they got the European Union, but it's not the Roman Empire as it once was. Do you feel me? And it's the same thing, and it's the same thing how America is going to reach its doom. One thing for sure and two things for certain. You cannot do wrong and expect right. America has done a lot of wrong.
Mm-hmm. Look at a
lot of wrong.
Look at the BRICS. How they want to offset the American dollar and the petrodollar, man. Never has that been done. Every president or person with power that tried to create a currency or try to challenge the American dollar was secretly assassinated by the powers that be in this country. Yeah. We're seeing things that you never saw in the last 40 years happening in this country. We're on the doorsteps of World War III. So I hope chaos happens, not in a negative way, but our day is around the corner. If we can't have the bread and the crumbs, I'd rather the whole damn loaf catch on fire.
Look at this person. This is how crazy FBA is. You're not FBA. You can't grow hair on your face. You see how childish this is? And this is, and Tariq has created a genre of identity politics where jokes beat the philosophy of life, where jokes beat the theology and logic of how to bring yourself closer to the creator, how to unfold the creator in you, how to move strategically within the bounds of the creator. So jokes now rule the world. It's all jokes. You can't grow the hair.
What have you mixed? Do you qualify as FBA? Like Malcolm X, would he be FBA?
No, he wouldn't be FBA.
Yes, he would too.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
Bro, you don't know
Why
what?
Would he be?
Because it's people wasn't born here from slavery.
Father?
Huh?
What was his father? Was he some type of Caribbean? His dad?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Wait.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
His
real
dad
quick.
was.
Yeah.
And I think his mother was a descendant of a white man, something like that. I think. I'm not sure.
I mean, she was high. I think she was high yellow or whatever you want to call it.
Now, I did a show on it. I just want to pull it up to be sure real quick. He is allegedly. One second. I pulled it up. I did a whole show on this because I was talking
about. His dad was a black man.
Huh? No, you want him to be.
His dad was a black man.
Okay, you want him to be. You want him to be.
Go pull up the facts. You want to computer Google it. Let's see what you see. What the
but no, listen. According to Tariq, just changed that anyway. But according to Tariq, both of parents had to be here. Now he says one. But anyway, hold up one second. I'll tell you in a minute. So he changed it up every time. You know what I mean? I'm trying, man. I had this thing.
Malcolm FBA, bro.
Malcolm ain't FBA, bro. Farrakhan not FBA. Farrakhan not FBA. Malcolm not FBA.
Elijah.
Hold on.
Hey, peace. Tahaka Bey. Tahaka Bey, can you bring the guard up? Doc Kim be alarmed. He's sending me a message now.
Send him the link.
I want him to come up. I don't have the
His parents was born in Grenada.
I don't have the link. Put the link down in the joint.
All right, give me 1 second.
Malcolm?
His family was born in Grenada.
He said no. He said no.
They was born in Grenada, brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's not FBA either.
So
GS, you know what's so
Garvey not FBA.
GS, what's so
Malcolm not FBA.
We know Garvey.
That's right. Some of the greatest fighters in our struggle are not FBA.
What?
See how ignorant that is?
Since you want to say he ain't
No. Listen what I'm saying. No, bro. Listen, bro. Let's not make concessions. Let's just admit that this is some strange happenings that one would try to have us in conflict with those who actually been on the front line with this thing that we have been suffering from for the last couple hundred years called oppression. Like for instance, if a Nashidiite goes in on somebody from Grenada, whatever, and they say, man, Malcolm X was Grenada, and now there's some conflict right there. We love and respect Malcolm. I mean, I don't care what you are, Hebrew, Moor, whatever. Everybody love and respect Malcolm. Come on now. But now you have a group of people that would demonize his origin and then try to say, well, not Malcolm. No.
We ain't even gonna play that game.
That's what I'm trying to say.
He gave his life for the struggle.
So that's what I'm saying. That is the divisive part of FBA, brother.
Now we ain't gonna play that game.
That's the divisive part. That's why the FBA thing need to not be a part of what our struggle is, because it does not embrace our true struggle. Look. It said Malcolm dad is Black American and mom is Grenada. Well, according to Tariq, at one time, now he can change the goalpost. He said both your parents have to be. Listen. No, according to what I just read, though. Listen what he said. Both of my parents are from the southern slave, what's the name, in North Carolina. That's what he said, because that was the running definition. I've heard him recently says one parent. You know what I mean? So. Hey.
What about the slaves? Like you have people who are considered fair skinned today. You're gonna tell me no women were raped back in those days, and then
no, they tell us.
Huh?
If you get in an argument on Twitter, if it's a light skinned sister, she automatically a tether. Automatically.
That's crazy, man.
Come on. That's crazy. Yeah, you better not have no receding hairline. Oh, you definitely tether. It's over.
You joking now, right?
No, bro, this is real business, man. Everything.
This what they pushing.
That's what they pushing. This is what Fat Joe was talking about. Yeah.
Fat Joe he's attacking them on those concepts, right?
Yeah, in Twitter, in these Twitter groups, it's all over. You got it. Your hairline go back, it's over. It's a wrap. And Tariq got to have
GS. This is where I usually lose them.
He got it. And Tariq wear a unit.
But there's some brothers. They come on around this time too, and I go on their site and they believe that they're the original people of America. So they telling me that I'm different from them and they don't trust me. And I said, you sound crazy. That don't make sense. I said, how did your people get to America? Historically, everybody comes from the East. Yeah. So how you didn't just pop up here in America? If you just popped up here in America and became a civilization, prove that through history or facts. Everybody originates in the East. If you believe in the Quran, the Bible, or just history, period. They even told me that I put up a picture of the slave ships. They told me that that's a cartoon. They don't believe that the slave ships actually existed. I said, you brothers has lost your mind.
Come on, man. That's and you know, like I remember years ago, right, when they used to say the Moors enslaved Africans, right? I'm like, do you realize that Moors are African? So let's just say Africans enslaved Africans. Like, let's keep it a whole stack. Like, you don't want to say Africans enslaved Africans, so you say Moors enslaved Africans, which is not the case because they was pulling out people that wasn't even Moors and using them as an example. It was so goofy. And then when I debunked that foolishness, the next thing they said is slavery didn't exist. Where are the ships? And I'm saying to myself, these people have no common sense. Slavery was about human cargo. When slavery stopped, they used the ships for other cargo. What are you wrong with you people? The reason why we know the manifestos of the ship, and the ship ultimately began to move cotton and began to move textiles and began to move other things. Where are all the ships? They used the ships until they couldn't use them no more and burnt them up or sunk them or whatever. But after slavery, they was used for other cargo. Only a small few survive. That's just like if I'm trading tobacco today and I can't trade tobacco no more, the next thing I'm going to start trading is seaweed. I mean, don't say where the ship at now that I'm trading seaweed. It got seaweed on it. And that's what happened with these slave ships. They moved different type of cargo. And then they went from one cargo to another. It was human cargo. Once the human cargo stopped, they started moved other cargo. And that's why you don't see too many slave ships, because they was in use, in trade. Look, somebody say, buy Moors. This is dumb people. Anyway.
GS, my thing is, when I'm having discussions with a lot of the FBA group members or followers or whatever, I try to leave it where the conversation is intertwining with just us and a hopefully civil discourse. It never ends in that, because the minute you disagree, you're all type of names. So if I could push Tariq aside for a second, because he's gonna grift as much as he wants, and only powers that be can change his heart. So the FBA followers, before I leave out of here, this is all that I'm saying, right? I grew up, born and raised here, fought for the country, did so much, because you're always trying to find an identity, right? Just us looking at the skin that we're in. So I never see people in tribes, even though I'm well aware we're a people of tribes, but I seen my brothers and sisters in the same struggle. And this is where the conversation doesn't get sexy, because I challenge those of you that have the passion. I see the passion, and you could do so much more with the passion from the ground works. So when you're on the internet and you're boasting your affiliations with the FBA, all that I'm asking you, instead of calling me XYZ, and you can, it's cool, but I ask you to give a lending hand and help fix our problems. Fix the communities. It starts with small steps. Following a doctrine online will not cure the problem. Following a doctrine online will not cure the problems. If every day I reach out to my brothers and sisters for help, nobody wants to do it, brother. Nobody wants to do it. We want to gripe, moan, and complain about what he said, what she said about blacks, but you're in a position to help fix the problems. None of y'all do it. You're loud and proud online, but when it's time to do the work, I could use a few good men, as I reiterate again, and I don't see y'all. I don't see y'all. The hands can't build anymore. So you got somebody like a Tariq Nasheed that probably caters to your emotions. Maybe you're bitter, maybe you're upset. I'm just saying utilize that on where it works. Is the seeds, is the youth. That's all that I'm asking. So why you can I'll allow you to call me any type of names in the book out here. All that I'm saying is use that same passion into your communities. Each of our communities, do the groundwork. That's all I'm asking. And let my plane, man.
Hey, brother, and let me say this. Most people that do this on the internet, they still have cordial relationships in public. You know what I mean? Here in Baltimore, we have a community, brothers and sisters that come from Jamaica, and they got pretty much the whole block in A. And it's not only a Jamaican block, it's literally a West Indies block where Trinidad got the restaurant, Jamaica's got the restaurant, they got a club right there, and people go and appreciate that. They don't go there looking for no drama. They go to appreciate some oxtail. They go to appreciate some doubles. They go to appreciate that. Like, what in the world has gotten to us? You know what I mean? We can appreciate spaghetti and give it and attribute it to Italians, but then we say, oh, we got Mexicans moving in our community. But then you can't appreciate a taco. You can't appreciate when it comes to that. When it comes to Mexicans and our people, it's a big problem. But let an Italian restaurant come in the building.
I don't like tacos.
You know what I mean?
I like collard greens.
I'm giving an example though. These are different cultures that can be appreciated. But online, they act like everybody's the devil outside of FBA. Everybody the devil outside of FBA.
No culture is more imitated than ours.
Listen. Every culture that we see
than American black man.
Let's keep it a stack. Every culture that we see is a variable of ours. That's true. I mean, it's a variable of ours, but that doesn't mean that we cannot appreciate the variables that have been developed from us. As long as they're respectful,
But they need to pay homage. They need to pay homage to us.
What do you mean by that? What you mean pay homage?
Yeah.
They need to pay homage to us. That we
give me an example of how they pay homage.
How they should pay homage to us?
They just need to be respectful, I think.
Respectful.
That's
respectful. We don't need nothing from them. We're going to create with nothing. But they need to be respectful when they come into our communities. They are migrating into our communities that the FBA brothers and sisters are telling you that we built up and coming in trying to treat us like second-class citizens.
No.
Man, we ain't doing that. Like, we ain't doing that, man.
Let me say this. My thing is this. If we have problems with these other groups are coming in our communities, building businesses, all we got to do is establish better businesses, more quality food, more accessible businesses, and they would be gone. The thing is, we're not competing properly.
No.
We're crying, not competing.
No. The problem is, like Farrakhan told you, we don't, like even I think you said it, we don't barter with each other. We take our money and spend it somewhere else. If I went to Grand,
so we have to change the narrative.
If I went to the brother right here, that money would circulate in our community. But it doesn't do that. We take our money and go outside and spend it with other people.
This is what I'm telling you.
Their money.
That's what Dr. Claude Anderson was
But what
saying.
I'm saying is this. In these communities,
you're right.
And I can use Baltimore as an example. In these communities, we cry about the Korean. We make a fuss about the Chinese guy or whomever that comes to the community. But very rarely do we see we coming together to maximize the potential of our business muscle in the community. I'm not saying put one chicken joint in the community. Nah, if they got two, then we need to put 5. If the Chinese people got the hair store, we need to find a connect to China to get the same weave that they got. And we need to put one on every corner. We need to maximize it. We can't cry. We cannot cry when someone comes and make an opportunity of something that we failed to maximize. We have to teach ourselves to maximize our own opportunity and resources.
The problem with that is that we hate each other. We don't.
But that's another excuse. It's enough people that want to eat. Let me tell you this. I used to work at this.
They won't put it together, Tahaka. We've been talking about this. We've been saying this since now. The 70s and 60s was a strong movement, but when the 80s and 90s came in. When Chuck D, we've been talking about this for years. It just.
Let me say this, though, bro. Let me say this.
Word.
We need to change the conversation.
What conversation, though?
We need to change the conversation.
Well, how?
Let me say this. We need to change the conversation as opposed to we've been talking about this for years. They won't let us do this, and we need to start just changing the conversation to this is what we're going to do. This will be done.
Are we going to do it?
No. We got to put it into the energy. We got to expel the energy.
What is the energy?
Listen to me. When you say art, let me tell you, it's 2 things in all the world. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. When you say, but are we going to do it? That falls on the sides of falsehood. So that expresses the energy of doubt. We need to begin to make our words and our energy always fall on the side of confidence, on the side of surety.
When do we begin?
No, you start now. Today. Everything that comes out of your mouth. No.
What's the plan?
Listen, hold up. The first plan is to rewire that everything comes out of your mouth is affirmative, that it's going to happen. Say be to a thing and it is. As a man thinketh, so is he or she. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. Now, if you die and it doesn't come to fruition, that energy is in the universe and the next generation will grab onto that energy. We're still thriving off of energy that was given to us by the way of doubt. Our ancestors suffered so much that they didn't see a better day. And so they put doubt into the atmosphere, put doubt into the universe. We need to start putting no doubt into the universe. This will happen. And the moment that your mind try to take you back to say it won't happen, you tell your mind this will happen. So in our community, we need to be able to see our young children being entrepreneurs with lemonade stands again. Oh, they shooting out there. No, you need to see them with lemonade stands. You need to see them with Legos, making them on the corner and say, we're going to sell these Legos. Look at this design. You need to visualize it, and it will happen. Say be to a thing, and it is. That doesn't mean, brother, that you may see it in your lifetime. But it means that you're going to put the energy out there that truth will reign.
I agree.
And you can't have no doubt. And this is why when somebody told me today on Facebook, like, I don't believe in Jesus. I said, brother, you ain't got to believe in Jesus. Just listen to the concept. That the faith thing, brother. Check Jesus out the equation. Just believe in the idea that if you think a thing, you can bring it to fruition. If you think a thing, it is the reality. Now, manifesting that in your lifetime, hey, see it in your mind, 9 times out of 10, you're going to see it in front of your face eventually. But if you don't see it in your mind, there's no way humanly possible you will ever see it in front of your face. And that's our problem as a people. We have to rewire our mind. People say, oh, if we build a town, all they're going to do is burn it down. You know why? Because you just manifested it. Okay. You just manifested it. And we just keep repetitively manifesting the things that has been our demise. What about they just gonna burn it down? What about they ain't burning this one down? We done studied how they burnt it down. We done studied how they infiltrated. We're not gonna let this happen this time. Because we know how they move. They never move differently. Because the plan that they have moved the plan that they moved on has always worked. It's always worked. So they don't change the plan. The same pieces on the chessboard is the same way. We don't study the chessboard. They do it the same way. And even this divide and conquer thing, this FBA thing ain't new. So Negro, you black, you colored, you a Moor, you a Hebrew. This ain't new.
So
this is an age-old thing, bro.
So would it be fair to say that we do what Bobby Seals and Huey P did? We start gathering, getting the meetings, put the flyers out, and start gathering in a building and start building and teaching.
Yeah, but we got
like that.
Yeah, but the whole thing about it is we need to take away the rhetoric. The rhetoric is some of the things like freedom or death, we've been through those stages. We need to teach people and we need to build in real time. We need to cut the rhetoric, the white man, the devil. We need to cut the rhetoric.
Right, we need
to cut the rhetoric. We need to say, this is what it takes. You know what I mean? If we're going to teach people about cultural norms to advance us to a next level, we also need to teach them about the sciences. We also need to teach them about computer technology. We also need to teach them about physics. You know what I'm saying? And so we like when we think about teaching each other, we thinking about bringing out the Bible and the Quran. And I love the Bible and the Quran. I love the Quran of the Most Science Temple of America. That's the first thing we think about. But in conjunction with that, you got Elon Musk trying to bring people with a battery-operated spaceship to go on Mars. And we sitting up there arguing about Hebrew, and we arguing about more and this, that, and the third. And those are good conversations, but at the end of the day, we also need technology. We also need to advance ourselves. And if we don't know technology, let me let you know this one thing for sure and two things for certain. Our forefathers did not know how to read, most of them. Our forefathers didn't know how to put things together in the way that we know today. But guess what? They was able to develop some of the brightest minds in history. And this is how they stole all of our inventions. So although we may not be as adept in the technology as we think we should be, guess what? There's an internet here. There's an AI here. There's all sorts of resources here where we can not only come together and talk about the Black power and the Moor and the Hebrew, but we also need to establish our children in something that is going to empower them when it comes to economics, technology, and everything. So we got a long way to go. But one thing we can't do is get into the state of not questioning those who are compromised or appear to be compromised. And we can't get into the state of being rocked to sleep just because someone seems to be saying things that trigger our emotions. Because that's all FBA does. It's an emotion triggerer.
I agree with you one thing. You know, if we going to get out and start gathering and teaching and passing flyers out, you right to eliminate the radical talk, to, you know, get rid of, the white man is, you right. So all about education, educating these brothers and sisters and letting them know what we going and what we want to see for a Black Power nation. So
the reason
I agree with that.
The reason why I say get rid of the rhetoric and the radical talk.
No, you're right.
Because at the end of the day,
truthful.
At the end of the day, man, they can like all that's just fake tough talk. You know what I mean? That radical talk is fake tough talk, because we already know that at any given day they can send a drone down and get you while you're pooping. Like, come on, man. So that's just bluff talk. I mean, like, it's worthless. It's worthless. You know what I mean? It's just bluff talk. I mean, the black man, like, okay, get yourself in position first. You know what I mean? You see what happened to Uday and Kusei, right? Before drones was even popular. There, they got them while they was eating breakfast. Bing, boom, ball game. You know what I'm saying? And we seen all these drones that the government don't even want to tell you about today, what they are, what they doing. These are reconnaissance missions. I mean, just to see, and you notice that they are in our areas. Like, come on now, you know what's going on. So there's no need for all the rhetoric, because it's just fake tough talk. It's posturing. It doesn't mean nothing.
So Grand Sheik, give me my assignment. Give us our assignment so we can start. Now listen.
Oh, that's gonna be the next show. Let's let this one rest, and we're gonna think about it. Our assignment is to think positive.
Let me say this. Although we're not in the same state of city, but we can still execute the assignment, but we plan on it. This
is the assignment, brother.
And we get on it.
Brother, you've been into this rap game since the early 90s. And you would not be able to eat from it if you did not believe in yourself. Because everybody don't like Radar Van. Everybody don't like Tahaka Bay. Some people will stack the chips against Radar Van. Some people will stack the chips against Tahaka Bay. But has that ever stopped you from producing beats? Has that ever stopped you from going in the booth? I watched the video of you. I think you was in Times Square. No, I watched the video of you talking to Europeans. You was like, white people, I'm God. Let me hear you say it. Bro, you was in front of a whole European crowd, bro. You know what type of confidence that take, bro? That's the same type of energy that we need to be successful at anything that we go into. We can remove all the rhetoric and just say, this is what it is, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You was like, let me hear y'all say, you was making the beats, you was hitting the beats, you was sampling, and then you stood up from the sampling and got on the mic and said, white people.
I remember, no doubt.
I was like, bro, this dude. But that type of...
Like what you said, I can't do that. If you giving me an assignment.
No. This is the example. The energy don't die. So that energy of forcefulness in the direction of we can't lose is what I'm speaking of. I'm not speaking of the rhetoric. It's that energy that was behind the rhetoric, that you are going to win and you are going to accept this defeat, devil. You're going to accept it. But you put your action behind the energy. and moving properly. That's all we need to do. And that's the start. Rewiring our stuff. That's it.
Well, we got
to rewire.
You know what this means to Akabe when I say this. When I say word is bond, when I give my word is bond, I give my life before my what? Word shall fail.
Right.
So.
And we're going to do a part 2. And that's what I'm saying. And anybody who watching this podcast tonight, I'm just telling you, all we got to do is take away the doubt. Again, remember that family. Don't throw away your Bibles, man. I don't care what, man. They've been tricking us, man. No, for real, man. I get mad when people say that because people been tricked to believe that the European sold us this Jesus, and this Jesus it infeminize us or make us weak and whatever the case may be. But there's stories in there where when the lady touched on Jesus' garment and she said, "You healed me," and he said, "Nah, your faith healed you." And now I just want to use the analogy that we have got to know what we want out of this world, and we have to see it in our mind. We have to see it. She's seen that if she touched this man, she would be healed. And he's saying, he said he felt something leave from him, but he said, your faith healed you. And so I don't want you to be on the soapbox. I'm just saying we need that type of conviction that we will get there. And that energy is going to spread the same way negative energy feel. Negative energy spread. Those who are all wise, we need to remove all doubt and watch. Your whole circle will change. Your whole internet circle will change. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Let me get Prakash in, man. We gotta get out of here, man. We've been chopping it up a whole minute.
Well, the scriptures say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. It tells you that in Romans 12:2. And that's what's going to be required. Everybody's going to have to have a different mindset. And I agree with a lot of what you said, but I think the foundation is righteousness. We have to clean up and become righteous before we can attach ourselves to any endeavors, whether it's financial or real estate, because we'll just be savages like with money, like the enemy. So, righteousness and getting connected with spirituality, that's the main thing.
That's a part of the rewiring.
Right. You have to be rewired.
Got to rewire. You know what I'm saying? You got to rewire. Let me get my brother, the Red Jacket Killer brother. This is a beautiful dialogue. After we finished dialogue, we just went into a nice little build. But bro, what you got coming up, bro? What's your channel? What's your platform? You got a platform, Bakwash?
Oh, you talking to me? Oh yeah, I'm Live LIVE Hard Rock Truth.
What? Come on, bro. Hold up, bro. You got to put that in the chat or something, bro. Can you send me a link to MWTV updates or morseworldtv@gmail.com so I can put it so I can come back and put it in the section so people can come and check y'all out?
MorseTV.com. That's your
morseworldtv@gmail.com.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. And I already got yours, brother. So when the video come down, D-Red, in fact, I'm going to call you tomorrow anyway. Radar Van. I'm going to put, and anybody want to check out the brother's platform, please go and check it out. Especially Google Radar Van. He got a bunch of content. Man, I wish I had the time to really build a Morse World TV network, because I will gather all his content and we will blow that thing up. And hopefully this coming year I'll be able to do that. The brother got some serious content. Brother, I seen you with Cool Keith. What was it, Cool Keith, I think?
Yeah, Cool Keith from Ultramagnetic. Yeah.
Bro, I done seen you with so many heavy hitters, bro. The last few weeks I've been looking at your catalog. I'm like, bro, this dude.
Hey, did you get your shout out? I sent you a shout out.
Yeah, I couldn't download it, but I'm gonna wait the next show and I'm gonna have it ready.
You can play it. Did you listen to it?
Yeah, it sound like Busta Rhymes to me.
That's your shout out.
Yeah.
That's your shout out from the God.
Yeah. So I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna put it in my sampler. I'm gonna put in my sampler and let it run next show. But yeah, let me just thank everybody for joining us, family. Again, if we was cutting each other off, let me tell you something, family. We just be passionate. We just be passionate. And when it comes to the truth, the way that we understand it, we'll get passionate trying to express it. Real tough. But I want y'all to beware of the federal black agents. All right, beware.
Yeah, you did a show a while ago. I don't know if you remember. You was talking about you got to be careful because a lot of these guys, they encourage you to bring your guns out. But then they step to the back, and then that's when the feds come in and they swoop you in. Yeah, that had me thinking. That kind of like made me look at a lot of brothers like I got to be careful now, man.
You know what I mean? And that's the thing in a nutshell. I watched a lot of people from the sideline of Morris World TV follow that narrative and just disappear. They just disappear. You know what I mean? And one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to follow up on some of them people that got locked up. You know what I mean? Like, what person in their right mind, knowing that we are in this oppressive state, would invite everybody to bring their guns out? That's the last thing you would want somebody to do. Why we want to give you a head count? Why we want to give you like that don't make sense. And they marching proud. Like, come on, man. I'm really gonna give you a head count or what's come on, man.
But they want that. They want the freedom so bad that they're not thinking.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. But anyway, with that being said, family, appreciate y'all, brother. Because you sent me an email.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to you for a panel, bro. That's right. You coming on Morris World TV for a panel, brother.
Yeah, I've been watching you since you had the red boom on, man. Since you had that red boom on.
Hey, bro, but you know what? What I need to learn from y'all, as well as Radar Van, y'all can get calm real quick. When I get a thought on my head, I gotta spit that thing out so fast. That's what I'm working on for 2025. Just to fall back, even though the thought is just itching. How y'all do that?
Well, I'm on the street corners, so you know how it is.
You have to be patient.
Yeah, because things get out of hand, the cops get involved, and people probably put your hands on you. I'm in Manhattan most of the time, so you know how it is.
Well, that's what it is, brother. Peace and love, family. We talk tomorrow.
Talk a bit.
Yes, sir.
Before we break out, I want to let everybody know, the Israelite brother, everybody that's listening, and I'm going to say peace. One thing that the gods build on, you must acquire the 12 jewels: knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, and shelter, love, peace, and happiness. Every man must obtain those 12 jewels. My name is Red Jacket, Killer Tashim Allah. Thank you for having me on. Talk Bay. Peace.
Thanks for having me, man.
My guy. Appreciate you both. Peace and love. So look, family, this was a beautiful, beautiful panel. I mean, I went longer than what I expected to go, family. But tomorrow night, we're gonna go over the clips of Lord Jamar. We're gonna go over the clips of my brother Derek X. I'm actually gonna be calling Lord Jamal most of tomorrow. I would love to see him come on tomorrow. I think it would be a good, because I'm gonna ask him the hard questions. I'm not gonna cover up anything. Like, bro, how you do this, bro? How you do this, bro? What's going on? You know what I mean? And hopefully we can have an upright dialogue and get some explaining, because I don't want people to say, oh, you doing this because you don't like Tariq Nasheed and all of those stuff. Nah, bro, we need explanation. Period, point blank. Somebody said, man, we too deep, moving heavy. People can change a lot with real planning and do something like $1 Friday, something $1. Absolutely. I agree with that, family. I definitely agree with that. But we need to just organize and execute that. But with that being said, family, peace and love. I see y'all tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Now, I ain't going this long tomorrow night. You best believe that. You know what I mean? No! Welcome to another edition of Morris World TV. Thanks for joining us.
I be that more you gon' remember. Yeah. I'ma be that more you gon' remember. I be that more you gon' remember. To Hawker Bay Bay front line till the law call my number. I be that more you gon' remember. I'ma be that more you gon' remember, that's right. I be that more you gon' remember. To Harker Bay front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you's a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. Those that speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I'm speaking about the prophet over you, Ali. Who was the first to remind you and bind you back to Morocco, the mountains, Mississippi, and Quebec. Told you you wasn't black, who you straight back. You tripping off Jack, you need to be tripping off that. And here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people taught European how to bathe. And look at that women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell now, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation chasing pills, weed, and syrup. Yeah, they love though, yeah.